Government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
What's the other thing we know about this population? And it's a specific phase of life. Remember, age is more than a chronological fact. What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid.
Well, I'm sick and tired of smart guys.
Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America. Made in America.
I refuse to go along with this, and I'm seeing through all of your lies, Barack Obama, you wicked, wicked devil!
Welcome back to another night of Shtick with Koolfrogg. You know, throat's a little rough. I made sure that there was going to be somebody else to actually join me tonight, just in case America Shirts didn't make it. It's all still chant for America Shirts, America Shirts, America Shirts, America Shirts. It's winning reality. What's up, buddy?
How's it going? How you doing?
Doing
Hey,
all
everybody.
right. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, you know who's all here?
Who's here?
Absolutely nobody.
Woo!
Absolutely nobody at the second. Oh, there's somebody. There's
Who's the
Vicky.
first one?
What's up, Vicky? How you doing, dude? Good to see you. Oh, there's Koolfrogg. What's up, man? Miami Spice coming. There you go.
Yeah,
There you
right
go.
on.
Let's go. Let's do
Looks
this.
like looks like memes. This it looks like memes streaming right now or something.
There's a couple people that are streaming. It looked like Meme is streaming.
Like
Ricada should be doing something. Good Logic should still be on. It happens. It happens.
It happens.
If I didn't just do my show every night at the same time and one around everybody else, I'd never have a show.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, I know the feeling.
It never happened. You just like you can't look at what everybody else is doing and be like, okay, I'll hop, skip, and jump around them, and hope that everybody's still gonna be awake. We get our loyals. We got the ones that love us all so much. Look at that, Miami Spice. Congratulations, Koolfrogg. Yes, exactly. Congratulations to me. I'm actually monetized. You can hit that $sign down below. You can actually donate as much as you'd like. It's great. I don't have to sit there and promote myself out to any other pay site, this, that, or the other to actually, try getting anything. Not that those aren't active, but I can't really say what those ones are anymore. There's rules. There's some really very weird, strange rules behind that. And let's show everybody what we look like tonight, huh? There's a barricade, no tadpole. Oh no! And my computer just decided to actually take a half a crap.
Uh-oh. Is it gonna be my show?
Nope, everything went black. Which means I have to actually restart everything, which means I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. How's everybody doing? I was just actually looking at V Radio. He was I noticed he was streaming at the same time too, but he had a note in his description saying, please vote for my son in this poll. And he is he's a wrestler. He's a wrestler. His son's a wrestler. That's something we have in common and talked a bunch about. So his son's actually really good. They train year round. I'm going to grab that and try to get it over here. Let's see. Okay, so I'll put that out there. But yeah, if you guys feel like it and want to do something really cool for somebody, you could vote for his son in that poll, and that would be awesome. I will get that link over as soon as I can pull it up on my PC. So what else is going on, man? How's everybody doing? Miami Spice, Mike, Ricky T. All right.
Welcome to the Koolfrogg Show. It's me, Koolfrogg. I think he's back. I can't hear him laughing though. I cannot hear him. It might be me.
No, it's not.
Koolfrogg. There you go.
I had to wait for voice mod to finish loading up. So you know what my issue is? I bumped the table too hard. It took the splitter that's there and actually yeeted the splitter. So
Oh man, that sucks.
right. So then basically what happens when it does that or whatever is it actually renders me and it closes everything. The fun one is Brave. Brave is great when it comes to actually remembering everything that was actually there, and everything that I had open is all open again. I don't have to go sit there and try finding all the little tabs, open everything back up. It's all back. Everything's all good. I just can't, for whatever reason, when I bump the table too hard, that splitter actually kicks itself up. The fun one is I got a new one. But I'm waiting until Friday when I get the third monitor. A third monitor, yes. Why? Because I'm sick of looking at everything all panned over the top of each other. I need space to actually see where everything is. YouTube in itself, if you're watching videos, they have the tendency to sometimes not like what you're watching, and they'll shut you off. And I don't want to get yeeted halfway through and have nobody tell me that I got yeeted. So, I mean, like I said, oops, shit happens. We're back. We're all good. Real quick, I see that P. Beaver is over on the Rumble side with Shade Chaser. Shade Chaser is coming in with the like. I'm going to listen to Pope Rackets to try to sleep, though. I mean, if you try hard enough and it doesn't work, come back and listen to us over here, and maybe I'll try helping you ease you to sleep. We'll see.
Oh, maybe we'll get some. Maybe we'll get some of the V crowd over here. I just put a comment in there, and his stream just ended. So hopefully they'll come up.
Okay.
Hopefully they'll come over. Good folks over there. And
Dwight Zombie, long time no see, brother. It says sucks when you don't like what you're hearing and it gets shut off. Yeah, YouTube has a tendency to potentially do that here and there. The fun one is I'm actually monetized over there now, so I mean I'm not gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna stream here. I just can't not do it. I'm gonna have to still do it. And we'll just watch our verbiage. That's all. That's what we do. We've learned what to do and what not to do. Please vote for Connor. Yeah, I actually seen that. V Radio actually posted that in my Discord as well. Absolutely, hit that link and go vote for that guy. He deserves it. It's a very, very interesting ordeal. That's what's going on there. Totally check that out.
And his son got back on the team too. Like I know last time I talked to V, he had to pull him off the team. We talked about it. He said that the coaches were just weren't being cool basically. And I know he trained all summer, and his son trained all summer, and he was training him. He was helping him train. And again, if you know what's going on in V's world, you know that was another remarkable, incredible thing that he's doing. And it just speaks to the world, to the kind of person that he is. So, he's a great father, great man, and hopefully,
cool dude.
Good fortune and good things.
He's been around before. I'd like to actually get him to come back again sometime.
Absolutely, he's a lot of fun to have.
He'll come pop around again.
Yep, we'll give you the great conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't want to miss it. Daisy Girl, welcome. Glad you're here. Enjoy the show. And who am I voting for? It says go Hagen.
Oh, Connor.
Yeah, hit that link. It's actually very interesting. Little read or whatever, and what actually goes along with it. Yeah, vote for Connor. Connor Kiernan. Check it out. You might be greatly surprised on what you're actually voting for if you're interested in anything that that they're potentially doing there. All right, let's do this. Let's do a couple things. So it seems as though the petrodollar is tanking even further than it had already been. Anybody that knows anything about the petrodollar, the cost of the U.S. dollar on oil as opposed to any other currency in the world, it seems like they're tanking it even further than they had been. It says the last 24 hours have marked another major waypoint along the path to many long-held contention that Russia, China, and Saudi Arabia are going to make a massive collective push to try to dethrone the U.S. dollar as global reserve currency. So it's not just one country that's doing this; it's several. You got Russia, China, and Saudi Arabia all being like, "No, we're sick of the U.S. dollar controlling everything. The U.S. dollar being, the best dollar out there, which is, I mean, obviously going to hurt us in the long run. Personally, we're all going to feel some kind of, hit when it comes down to it. But will it help the rest of the world? Yeah, potentially. Potentially, you're going to see the rest of the world not struggle as hard as they had been, and maybe equal some things up for, as far as that goes.
Um,
Go ahead.
yeah, well, I'm just thinking that it's coincidental maybe that this comes out as the Davos is going on and they're bringing up the Federal Reserve digital currency.
Right. So then, as far as WEF stuff goes, I was thinking of actually doing one, but I would have to actually make that most likely a Rumble exclusive and would not be running anything on YouTube when it comes to that particular subject. Dwight says the lefties and the righties both cut off the people that don't agree with them. You're in the same club. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much what it is. I mean, right? Two wings of the same bird.
That's an interesting comment. Like, so if you don't agree with either one, and I don't know what you mean by right and left, because this could mean anything to anybody, right? But if they don't agree with either one, right, they get cut off. Well, okay, one side is definitely going to be the anti-establishment side in this, and one side is going to be the establishment. So what if they don't agree with the anti-establishment, their establishment, and I don't know what the establishment does, but I think that it's, put you to work anyways. As long as you're not with the right or not with the anti-establishment, you're fine. You're with the establishment. You can say that you're libertarian, or you can say that you're independent, or you can say whatever you want to. But the actions, the results, is what matters. So if you don't support the effort against the corruption, then you, by unfortunate proxy, support it. And that's just the way it is when in a case like this, when you're fighting two sides like that are diametrically opposed, and the outcome is going to go to the winner, right? The reality will go to the winner.
Look at that. That's awesome. Thank you, T3. She says, here's to a long, successful future in spreading the truth and keeping transparency alive. Best of luck, Solomon. May the stream gods promote and protect your content while the trolls find someone else to target. Congrats. Thank you so much, T3. That's awesome. So sweet. I love it. It's awesome. That's the one thing that I really do enjoy about today is actually being monetized. It actually brings up some fun stuff. I'm not one of those. I'm not going to wait until the end to read that kind of stuff. No way. Not yet. We'll have to wait until I get a lot more subscribers and have so many people in chat that I can't keep up with it for that to occur. Let's see here. So this is anybody who has read my 23 stocks to watch in 2023 knows that I believe we are in the precipice of unprecedented era geopolitically. So, this is actually written by Koolfrogg the Raven. So it's an opinion piece when it comes down to it. You really have to kind of take everything and think about it yourself. You can't just go off of what somebody's actually pointing at you and saying this is the way it is. You really have to look at it in full context. It says, put simply, I believe there's a historic divide in making between the BRICS nation led by Russia, China, and the West, led by the United States. I was one of few outlets last summer to even report on the fact that Russia and China openly announced that a new global reserve currency And of course, Russia and China can't do it on their own. They're working with nations like Saudi Arabia and India to help put their plans into practice. You know, there's issues between China and India. You know, so I really don't see how they would actually be working together, or why India would want anything to do with that. That one is kind of confusing to me to actually hear, you know, India being, you know, put in that same sentence.
You know why? I can help you with that one.
Sure.
Yeah, there's a group that was referred to like about, man, it was like maybe, I'm trying to think how long ago it was. It's probably like 2012 or so. The anti-hegemon was, India included. Like it was all those places. That's how long they've been kind of working on this idea of getting away from the petrodollar, right? And that they have been part of that group. Like sometimes it's just economics, right? So I don't know that China was a big player in that, but I guess they were, if I remember right. I'm trying to remember all the information. It's been a long time since I thought about it, but it's like that's what it is. Like they have like been the part of the founding of that group that was trying to do this. They were part of it from the origins. So
yeah,
I could do more research on it, but that's about it.
There's the fun one. I mentioned this like 3 months ago. No, we know. This isn't anything new. It's just it's an article to read and to keep everybody still informed.
The anti-hegemon.
That's how that works. We know. I've read all your stuff, Mike. I get you. Keep doing what you're doing, because everything that you actually put out there, we still pay attention. We still listen to what you have to say. So it says crucial to dethroning the U.S. dollar would be the removal and use of buying and selling oil, a system that has been in place since the 1970s, when the U.S. promised security for the Saudi kingdom in exchange for the petrodollar system that underpins the dollar's strength as global reserve currency. It's a topic that I discussed in length back in September, and Andy on his podcast, Andy Sheckman. I'm sure a lot of people actually, if you pay attention to anything, know who Andy Sheckman is. This is Andy told me back in September 2022, the dollar hegemony is right about ready to break when you realize that Saudi Arabia is about to join the BRIC nations. Do you think Biden is going to fly there and ask for more oil? Is he going to also, poop his pants while he's in the process? He wanted to beg for them not to join BRIC. He totally wanted to beg them not to join anybody else. He didn't want them to do anything like that, because he knew exactly what was going to happen to the U.S. dollar. And a guy that has as much U.S. dollars in his back pocket as he possibly does, that might not be a good thing for him. This is the dollar was made reserve currency only because it was protection of the Saudi kingdom. And he continued. He then noted astoundingly that the Saudi Arabia had signed new protection agreements with Russia. All the Eastern European countries that have repatriated their gold, they're all part of the EU, but they all trade their own currency. They're all going to break away from the Western system. Of course they are. And now it looks like Andy is right. It appears Saudi Arabia has just issued a death knell to the exclusivity of the petrodollar as we once knew it, the first of several dominoes that needs to fall before the U.S. is exposed financially as an emperor with no clothes. Very interesting to actually think about. And what's
okay, now hold on a second. They okay, so right, they think that. Do we honestly think that they don't understand that and have a plan for it? And so if we're trying to speculating, like what do you think the strategy would be on their part to prevent this from happening? And we could draw upon history or other things, but obviously they don't want this to happen. If that's the case, if they're not actually pushing it and wanting it to happen, but if it's like it says, if they're really a threat to their power and they're trying to maybe play high level games and get power at the higher levels worldwide, what would be this? What would be the counter for this on their parts? What do you think? War or economic threat?
Right, and that's usually what it ends up being, right? Is if we throw enough money at it, if that doesn't work, and then what? Well, let's go put up some armament somewhere. Let's move some battleships around. Let's move some Air Force into play. Let's continue to push for maybe World War III. I mean, we don't know. We don't know what's coming next.
I would say that they were likely at this point, knowing the state of things and the state of the economy and how far they've pushed it, and the bigger global plans, right? I would think they might actually try to pull a judo move in a sense of egging them on, pulling them in the direction they want them to go, and then steering them into something where they regain the upper hand in power and stay on top, and basically get them to help them do it. So I think it's going to be a little bit more underhanded in a sense. I think a second war, outside of the one going on in Ukraine and Russia, worldwide would be bad news, and it would tax our resources. And,
sure.
And I don't think that they want to do that right now with the other one going
as
on.
we pay attention to things like North Korea and what they're doing with South Korea, and they're in continuous launch of drones and missiles of sorts or whatever, and not actually showing force, but actually showing force. It really actually is really something to actually pay attention to. And then you see this is the one that actually caught me the most. The likeness of India actually being potential sides with Saudi Arabia, Russia, China. So are they? Would they actually be still more allied with the States, or would they not?
Well, they should be.
You'd think so.
Like, India's like India should be called our sister country in a lot of ways.
Really, right. When you think about it, United States, India, Australia, that non-existent country.
Yeah.
When you think about it, those are the ones that should actually be on one side of that, and then China, Russia on the other, with potentially North Korea, because then you'd have your north-south thing going on there. You'd have your Ukraine thing going on the other side. Is potentially seeing some more fighting going on in the Middle East. You just never know where they're going to actually go next.
Yeah, the Middle East feels like it's being reset right now for another big long haul of battles. It's just kind of rebuilding and getting ready again. Like, oh no, let's move it up north for a while. Let's all focus over there. Yeah, but I would expect if they don't want this, they're gonna counter with something familiar. If they do want it, then I think that they're gonna use it to get to the place they want to go. Like, if they want the collapse aspect of this to happen, they'll push it. They'll let it go. They'll pull Fumbling Joe, and he'll be like, "Well, I can't do a damn thing." And then they'll end up steering it in the direction it wants to go. Look, we can't all fight. We can't go to war again. We need this global currency, a one world currency. See, I can see it being spun that way. And we'll have it all set. AI will take care of it. We have it all running. In fact, we already have a prototype. Here it is. We've been training it for years. Keep your eyes open, kids.
I mean, so then you have people like Dwight Zombie sitting over on the Rumble side. He's like, it's not black and white. It's diverse. It's flatline. Sorry, you're dead. Yeah, okay. You're distracted by what? Pay attention to the distraction if it makes you comfortable. Okay. You might want to comprehend some stuff, or you could keep pushing an agenda. Reflect. I mean,
what? Hold on. Is he talking to us?
Oh yeah. He's totally talking to us. He's always tried to talk to us through different platforms or whatever. He's actually found himself his way over to Rumble, as I don't actually broadcast to Twitch.
That's interesting. Okay, so ask him. Well, I'll ask him. Like, so why do you think that this is a distraction? Like, well, one more currency is like a pillar. So I'm just curious. Like if we're following that train of thought, if we're saying, yeah, this is what it is, and this a lot of people believe that. I'm entertaining it. I look for signs. I look to kind of like put it out there, see what'll happen, and that kind of gives me a better indicator of what I'm actually looking at when it's a lot is hidden. But yeah, I'm interested because I would think that actually this is one of those things that would fly under the radar, but actually would be very important, like especially for people who understand the dollar, currency, banking, and the petrodollar system that we have had in place. So, anyways, let me know.
Exactly. Yeah, hit us up and give us some more of your wisdom. Talking Trash and Truth says, you just keep being you, Froggy. We need good men like you out there willing to speak out and educate, knowing the risk they face. You've earned your shots. It's refreshing to see around here lately. Exactly. And that's why we're here. We're not going to continue. We're not going to stop doing what we were already doing just because something else happened. It was just it's another bonus on top of everything else that we've already been doing. I'm not gonna sit there and sway away from how I feel about certain things. This is not gonna happen. I see Darth Hideous is actually with us, and Nerd's with us. What's up, brother? And Automac's with us. What's up? Hello, Bundles. Okay. Whatever that's supposed to mean, but welcome. Glad you're here. Glad you're all here. I didn't really have anything else to actually go along with that in particular. It's just that I've really found that interesting that they actually brought up the fact of India.
You want to do a deep dive on that another time? I can go get the research on it and we can talk about it.
Sure, if that's what you want to do, we can totally dive into that a lot further. It's exactly how to back bundle of sticks. It's really just there's so much information out there that's going on right now for us to actually just sit there and that's why I read different articles like I do or whatever, as opposed to just jumping on one thing and being like, all right, we're going to talk about this for the whole episode. I usually have the tendency to jump around and check out all the other things, but I'm totally down if you actually want to do.
That's what frogs do.
Do it.
That's what frogs do. Jump around.
Meme coping. Congrats on getting monetized. Yeah, thank you, Meme. Glad you're here.
What's up, Meme? How you doing, man? Keep on rocking.
Looks like Bobby Bologna is with us. Amica Cream is with us.
Amica Cream, nice.
I love these names that people come up with. It's so
go watch my Crazy Cat Lady video. It's still good, even though it's one of my first like it's in my old style. Let's put it that way. But it's good. It's funny. I watched it the other day. It's so funny.
Let's see here. Let's do a little bit of Joe Biden's goings-ons. Dwight says you don't fit in our echo chamber. Shut off. Try again, brother. Try again. Because
what do you say?
Damn well. He says you don't fit in our echo chamber. Shut off. I'm not going to do anything that you ever ask me to do. You're the last person that I'll actually listen to on anything. Coming from a guy that has no channel, has no clue what the hell he's even doing or saying, you're going to tell me what I should actually do and say? No, not going to happen, brother. Not going to happen. Try again. All right, let's do this. Biden re-election plans on track despite document controversy?
Oh, yeah, they're going to play it up.
Yeah, they're going to play it up as much as they possibly can to actually make it sound like he's going to be the best person for the job. Because Biden versus Trump, one more time.
Can we be honest? He is the best person for the job as far as they're concerned. He's a puppet. He's a buffoon. He draws all the attention. We're all looking at him all the time. And deep down in our hearts, we know he's in control of absolutely nothing. But yet he's a center of attention. So that's why it's there. And he's a great establishment president. He's perfect for them. Absolutely. Couldn't be even better. Couldn't be even better.
Dwight says, why did I get shut off then? Because the refusal to actually listen to anything I have to say and thinking that you are correct. That's why. That's why. You're still, I never yeeted you from Discord. I never did. Though you think that I may have, I never did. You're still there. So, as far as that goes, say what you will. I'm not going to, bow down to you, bro. It's not how it works. Anyway, President Biden is on track for signal for re-election plans in the next few weeks, despite a self-inflicted classified document controversy that has energized the GOP and put his political team in its heels. It's still very much in the works of nothing has changed, said one source familiar with planning around the president's forthcoming 2024 campaign bid. Multiple sources with knowledge of the campaign groundwork say Biden intends to signal his intention to seek a second term after the State of Union address on February 7th. A more formal declaration would come closer to in the spring. So come up February 7th, guess what we're going to be doing? We're going to be actually watching the State of the Union.
Recovering from Groundhog's Day?
Just like we did last year. It's going to, right? Just like we did last year. It's not going to, right. We're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to watch it all the way through and through and pick on everything that he says. It says a more formal declaration would come closer to the spring. The classified documents discovery, which triggered the appointment of the special counsel last week by Attorney General Merrick Garland, has done nothing to change those plans, these sources said. White House allies say Americans will prioritize issues like the economy over the technicalities surrounding the documents. In the coming months, they expect Biden to talk about the victories under his watch, including jobs numbers and a slowdown of skyrocketing inflation. Democrats have expressed concerns behind the scenes that the classified material story could be damaging to Biden. It's the kind of thing that can consume a lot of oxygen, said one Democratic strategist who asked that their name be withheld to speak candidly. You think it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, and maybe it isn't, but it ends up overtaking much of the campaign. White House press briefings have been dominated by questions about the classified papers, including why the White House didn't tell the public of the discovery until months after the documents were initially found in Biden's private office in Washington, D.C. The White House sought to go on offense on Tuesday, conducting a 45-minute call with reporters, but it also led to more questions. At the briefing on Wednesday, the White House continued to field questions on the matter, with reporters growing frustrated at the lack of details. During one exchange, Peter Alexander, NBC News, asked White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre to invite Justice Department officials to the podium to answer questions. The White House has consistently referred questions to the Department of Justice. Every single day. Every single day, they do the same exact thing. They go and they push it to somebody else, as opposed to just answering the question straight out because they don't know how. They say, oh, we're going to actually refer you to the Department of Justice. So they're actually requesting. They're requesting for the Department of Justice to actually be there. But the Department of Justice won't show up. They don't want them to show up because the second they do show up, they know exactly what will happen. This is a legal matter that is currently happening in the Department of Justice, and the president has been very, very clear when it comes to these types of legal matters, when it comes to investigations, Jean-Pierre said. It's not going to interfere, but he wants to make sure that we give back the independence that the Department of Justice should have when it comes to these types of investigations. I certainly would not be bringing them here. They're not going to do it. They're going to refuse over and over again not to bring the Department of Justice around because they know damn well that there's something that's just not right. There's been several places that we've actually read over the last week or so since these documents have been released on the similarities or differences between these and Trump's, and there maybe should be treated the same, and maybe not, because one was a president, one was a vice president. Presidents can actually classify declassified things. Vice presidents cannot. These documents come from when he was vice president, and that is the issue. The documents came from Biden's time as vice president in the Obama's administration. The White House Office of Counsel told the National Archives of the discovery of the documents on November 2nd. The first news coverage came in the second week of January. Republicans newly in charge of the House have dug into the story. Of course they are. Of course they should. Why would they just sit? Are they just going to sit back and twiddle their thumbs? No. Get into it, figure out what's going on, and do what's best. Impeach the potato. Let's go. Let's do it. January 18th, letter of University of Pennsylvania President Mary Elizabeth Magel, House Oversight and Accountability Committee Chair James Coomer asked for information on who had access to Penn Biden Center, where Biden's office was located in the years following the vice presidency. He also asked for information by February 1 on the visitor log on those who met with Biden at the think tank, security at the facility, and any donations to the center may link back to China. Go figure. Go figure. I think there was somebody that for like 4 years long kept on reverting and saying that there was something wrong with China. I just kind of, I wonder who that was. I have no clue. The document story shifted in political narrative from the messy House Speaker's fight from the first week of January that had shown off the divide in the House GOP. It also complicated Democratic attacks on the former President Trump, who has his own classified document scandal to deal with. Of course he does. Like I said, maybe they should be treated with the same gloves. Maybe they shouldn't. The White House and Biden's allies have fought back hard on the idea that the Biden and Trump controversies are the same, saying Biden and his team immediately notified the National Archives of the revelation while Trump resisted doing so. Wrong. They raided him. They raided him straight out. This is false equivalency by the House Republicans to try to paint them in a similar shade of corruption despite Biden's lifetime in service of the country, said Cooper Tebow, a Democratic strategist who works with the pro-Biden Political Action Committee. Of course, the Democrats going to side with Democrat. Why wouldn't they? No one should defend taking classified documents home, but the situations surrounding the Trump documents versus the Biden documents are worlds apart. President Biden immediately followed procedure upon his team's discovery of the documents versus President Trump, who personally took the documents home with him and tried to hide them for a year, right after his failed coup attempt. Since the story broke last week, the White House has tried to relay on the public that they handled the matter in an appropriate way, working to send the papers back to the National Archives. They say it's a far cry from Trump's handling of the classified papers, prompting the FBI raid on Trump's home. Republican strategist Doug Hay said it's too early to say if the storyline will hurt Biden's reelection prospects, but he said it chips away at one of the president's core promises: competency. Competency. It certainly gets in the way. Part of it is, will there be more? That's a very real feeling Democrats have. So, I mean, is there a difference between somebody taking them home or somebody taking them to their office and putting them, in a closet, or taking them home and putting them in their garage, or taking them anywhere else and doing anything with them in particular, whereas Trump took him to, potentially took them to Mar-a-Lago, where who had access? Maybe his family. Biden took them to a closet and his own garage where who maybe had access? Well, if you actually look at the office or the library that he took them to, there were several people that were actually stationed there that were from China. So there's differences. There's big differences on who actually had access to these things. And obviously that's all speculation its own. So the documents issue won't keep him from running, but it does complicate efforts and takes a clean shot at Trump and his classified documents issue and gain a clear advantage on that front. Yes, the actions in question are very different in severity, but they're both degrees of bad, says Kevin Madden, the advisor or former advisor to Mitt Romney. There you go. Let's go ask somebody that's a rhino or the advisor to the rhino what the right thinks.
Right. And for a dissenting opinion, let's bring in the fakest Republican on the planet right now, ladies and gentlemen, Democrat Mitt Romney.
It's like, what the hell? Are you serious? That's where your dissent is on that side. You're gonna actually find that guy. You could have found almost anybody else that would have given you a better sentence or a better statement on anything, but you went to that guy. It's just ridiculous when you actually think about it. And let's hope and pray that everybody actually understands it. Don't have to vote for this guy. You really don't. But if you're voting for that guy, there's something wrong with you. You seriously, really seriously need to pay attention to what's actually happening. If you're voting for Joe Biden, yet one more time, after what he's actually put us through in these 2 years, all the money that he's actually spent, just really seriously think about it. Use it half a brain. Crossover to winning. Koolfrogg, let Winning read it. We can actually push some stuff over to him if you're interested in reading some stuff. Otherwise, we're not going to keep the whole night going anyway. Not going to be here forever. It's okay. Who, what, when, where, why, and how, depending on what they pertain to. Yeah, when it comes to the documents and what they actually are and what they actually contain, that's another story. That really is. We really need to. Nobody really understands exactly what it was actually pertaining to. There was some, alluding to that it was potentially, Ukraine and China, which in itself could be interesting. I know, Rose. I gargled some salt water beforehand. It did what it did for the shortest bit, but that's what happens. Well, you're asking the Hill. They don't recognize the far rightist people. No, I get that, Darth. Exactly. It's really kind of a comic piece when it comes down to it. It made for a good giggle at the end there when they actually go and they hit up the farthest left of the right that they possibly could of Mitt Romney's people. So when you actually think about it, it's actually kind of funny. Will your voice outlast us? Well, we'll find out. We'll find out real quick here. Did you want to try reading one? Are you interested?
Yeah, give me a second though. Oh, I walked upstairs. I'm not in front of my screen right now.
I'll move on to the next one. I'll give you the one after.
Okay, make it a good one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We'll sure it's really hard to read. Okay.
Something that's long and hard. That's the way Winning likes it.
That's what you heard. That's what you heard from that.
I mean, I don't know.
No, it's okay. It's all right. We learn new things every day.
That's what you heard. Really? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if the voice holds up for the rest of the night. It was gone last night, so as far as that goes, I'm happy that it's actually even there. It was gone. I had no voice after yesterday's noon show. It was totally gone. I couldn't even say hi to my wife. It was bad. Here you go. Lauren Boebert slams Biden over $50,000 a month rent payments. As she should. So it says Rep. Lauren Boebert has suggested that the disclosure form on the Hunter Biden listing, a massive monthly rent payment to his father, Joe Biden, was really a money laundering operation worthy of an investigation. According to the New York Post, Hunter Biden lived in the Delaware home in question off and on, where the recent news reports said classified documents were kept in the garage, suggesting that they were not very secure. Also, during the same period, Hunter was addicted to supposed drugs, made shady foreign business deals, and fell under federal investigation, all while having access to these documents. The now 52-year-old began listing the Wilmington home as his address following the 2017 divorce from ex-wife Kathleen Buell, even falsely claiming that he owned the property in July of 2018. Background check form is the part of the rental application. Post columnist Miranda Devine, author of the book detailing Hunter Biden's scandalous laptop, posted a photo of the application indicating that he is paying rent of nearly $50,000 per month. $50,000 per month in rent? Holy crap. That better be a freaking mansion. And where the heck did he get $50,000 a month from? Though the highest rent in the home in that same area, according to Zillow, search top out at about $6,000 a month. Yeah, that's a big difference there, right? And then there's the background screening request or whatever, right? So it says that led Boebert to tweet, paying $50,000 a month in rent is just not something that normal people do. That sounds a whole lot like a money laundering operation that needs to be investigated. On the monthly rent portion of the form, Hunter claimed that he paid $49,910 in rent per month. So not quite $50,000, but really freaking close. The Post noted further that Hunter's infamous laptop doesn't contain any direct evidence of such money transfers, but shows Hunter was routinely on the hook for household expenses, including repairs to the Wilmington home. Also, a text message found on the laptop from Hunter to his daughter Naomi in 2019 indicated that he gave half of his earnings to his father. I hope you all can do what I do and pay for everything for the entire family for 30 years. He texted in January of 2019. It's really hard, but don't worry. Unlike Pop, I won't make you give me half of your salary. As for classified documents found in the Biden's possession, the Post noted on Thursday, Attorney General Merrick Garland appointed former Maryland U.S. Attorney Robert Hur as a special counsel to investigate how the classified documents ended up in the Penn Biden Center at the president's Delaware home. While Biden was repeatedly insisted that he has never spoken with his son Hunter about the overseas business dealings, a survey of Biden's activities while vice president suggests that was not the case. Investigative reporter Paul Sperry revealed in his social media post on Monday that a rumor circulated in Washington, D.C. is suggestive of who may have been responsible for the news that President Joe Biden retained a collection of classified documents, perhaps illegally, after he left office, and then as President Barack Obama's vice president. There's the tweet. New speculation crowning the hill that U.S. Attorney David Weiss, the Delaware prosecutor investigating Hunter Biden, may have pressured the sudden discovery of Biden's private, far-flung stash of classified White House materials. Sperry, a longtime reporter for the Real Clear Investigations, served for a number of years as the Washington Bureau Chief of Investors Business Daily. It should be noted that no evidence thus far has surfaced to support the rumor relayed by Sperry. So now here's the thing. Though they're saying that that this is just a straight up rumor by Sperry, $50,000. They're actually saying that he did not at any point in time, file taxes on the money that he had actually received from Hunter. So $50,000 a month, and he didn't actually claim it. Oh, and that's something horrible.
Oh
It's just amazing what this administration has actually brought themselves to, what they are continuing to do, and we're just like looking over it like it's okay because we trust this guy.
No, it's because people that it's because a lot of people just are like waiting for someone else to do something, really, in a lot of cases. But it's also like, the people that just fall for that side, they've been trained to think that it's the other side's fault always. So anything that's going wrong or can't get done is the other guy's fault, because we watched a professional wrestling match for most of our lives between the neocons and the neoliberals and the establishment on full display. But in our minds, we were looking at two clearly different sides when they weren't. So there's, you got to understand, half of these people shut their brains off in college and never turned them back on. And they actually, we were talking about this the other night. We're saying how, there's a side that values the truth more than anything else. And there's another side that values their social status more than anything else. Like they're more concerned with how they look and their reputation. And you see, when people are concerned about how they look in society and their validation comes from there and the reputation, guess what they turn into? They turn into authoritarians, because that's how they can control it. Otherwise, you have to accept, the tide. You have to be on the board, waiting for the wave, and the wave takes you where it takes you. You have to be free to actually care about the truth more than how you're going to get over on somebody else, or how you're going to elevate your status in the world and get, it's just there's a mindset, and we've unplugged, and when we unplug, we find ourselves again, and we start to think right again. And that is that, hey, I want to live in an honest life, because I know that while that benefits me, it also benefits everybody else. And if they're doing the same thing, that benefits everybody else and it benefits me. And that way I can operate in my life in a safe way and do an honest way, instead of worrying about the next scam or the next asshole that walks to the door. I'm worried about like how I'm going to, get to my goals, that positive goals. Like, how am I going to get that house? How am I going to get that retirement? How am I going to get that business started? How, whatever it is, I'm focused on that. I'm not focused on bullshit, dealing with, head cases and people that won't think they know everything, but won't lift up a book or watch a video to learn something new. They think they know that, that's the problem. And it's like, you try to tell them something else different, or just look at this and look at that, the defenses go way up fast, because they know, and you're eventually going to be, probably not hanging around, because they know that, outwardly that could look bad for them, and they could lose their status, and they could lose their, what they think is important. Right. And you see them dancing around and trying to please everybody and putting on a virtue show to stay in that club. So that's the real thing, man. It's like, it's just a difference in what's important to people. And the more narcissistic cluster B people, it's all about social status, because that's where their enablement comes from. With people like us, it's truth. And truth, we're humble, we're strong, we're brave. We want the truth. We want to live honestly, because we know that we can live honestly and be ourselves with no problem.
Sure.
And that's that. There you have it. Tell a friend.
Fuzzy color, it's the same one. It's the same exact one that I had before. From what I've been told, we're not supposed to actually promote what those actually are once you actually monetize. So as far as that goes, I can try sending you.
Well, Nick and those guys talk about it. I know you don't want. I know you probably don't want to take any chances at all. But I was just going to comment that Nick and Viva and everybody else, they talk about and mindset. All these guys talk about their other channels. I mean, they don't get any heat.
No. Pay sites.
Oh, really? Is that new?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you're not supposed to actually promote other pay sites. So, as far as that goes, like I said, it's the same one. It didn't change. But if there's a way that I can get you a private message to actually get that information to you,
Man,
we can totally do that. I'm down.
jeez.
Otherwise,
Dude,
the other one was also still available. I didn't shut the PayPal or the coffee site down. They're both there.
it just shows you where YouTube is, if that's really what they did. Because what you should do is make yours so good that nobody wants to go to other ones. You make it better. This is competition. You're supposed to be improving. It's free. If free market competition, that's supposed to encourage you to do something new, and then that sets the market up in a certain way as a leader. But instead, they go, oh no, we're gonna use the Rockefeller method. All competition is bad, so we're just gonna block it out and leave you here in your silo where you can't access the rest of the world. And you have to speak a certain way and think a certain way and look a certain way. It's just like, man, it's just so
bow down
transparent.
to us, follow our rules.
Well, it's just so transparent.
When we actually look at where YouTube is actually at, YouTube's owned by Google. Alphabet Inc. owns Google. Alphabet Inc. is owned by places like BlackRock and a couple others, right? So I mean, when you actually think about it, all in a whole, who owns who? He really comes down to a bunch of crap, So as far as that goes, we can say, oh, YouTube's done it. Well, is it just YouTube that did it, or is there other places that have also done it, so, that are forcing them to actually do it?
Yeah, I mean, subversion of when you have a system that's set up the way ours is, any subversion of it is going to throw everything into a tailspin. So if you're supposed to have a free market society, right? But you have a monopoly,
right?
In some key areas, then it's corrupting the system. Even though it may be on the level as it is, it's corrupting the system. And so when you see corruption coming from it, you have to do something about it. And we used to do something about it. We used to have, we would say, okay, what was it called? I'm not thinking of it real quick, but it's like antitrust, right? It's like monopoly breaking. We're not supposed to have those in a free market, but that we allow like quasi monopolies, and they're just as bad. So it's just one of those things where we don't want to regulate the free market, but we don't want to. What we're supposed to be able to do is not block out competition, and competition should drive it in a better place. So if you have a benevolent leader of a corporation, that's great. That could really benefit society. But what you can't have is top-down authoritarianism, right?
Like I always do, I always read my chat. P. Beaver, it continuously speaking with the AI, really kind of can be training. Be careful.
What's going on?
They'll hear that in a few seconds, and he's talking to the other person that's sitting over there. That I refuse to actually speak with right now because he just doesn't want to actually listen to reason.
Did he ever answer my question? Oh, the AI did he ever answer?
The AI never. I don't think he actually answered the question.
Yeah, so he didn't have an answer.
I think that, like formulating incoherent half thoughts.
Still processing.
Still processing. So I did have one more thing to go along with documents. There's Peter Doocy.
First, let's go to the White House where Peter Doocy is standing by. Hi, Peter.
And Dana, just from a practical standpoint, the Secret Service can't keep records or logs if they aren't there. So we have a new way to look at this issue of asking for visitor logs. I found a photo on my phone this morning taken April 2019, the day Biden announced his run. You can see there is a Secret Service guard shack on the right and some parking spots for police cars just short of the driveway gate, but no agents. They left shortly after he left the vice president's office. VPs don't get Secret Service protection for life. This is an area now that is very well populated with big SUVs and a police checkpoint. So yes, in this photo, there were documents beyond the gate somewhere, but no, visitors were not being screened for several years. Still, Republicans say they think there must be something.
The Secret Service did see and clear people who went in and out of the garage, in and out of the guest house, people who mowed the lawn. The reality is we will be able to reassemble in time, even without their cooperation, some semblance of how many, perhaps hundreds of people could have looked at those documents.
The lack of concern that Republicans have about Mar-a-Lago and records found there has the White House counsel saying House Republicans have no credibility. Their demands should be met with skepticism, and they should face questions themselves about why they are politicizing this issue and admitting they actually do not care about the underlying classified material. Top Democrats say they don't know what is going to happen.
I expect as we get to know the facts better in the months ahead, we'll better understand what, if any, risk there was to national security. Of course, I respect the importance of proper handling of classified documents. And I think at this point, we're simply going to have to wait to hear what the special counsel concludes.
So even the president's closest Democratic confidants know this special counsel probe may not go the president's way. Dana?
Yep, and they are a close pair. All right, thank you.
So even
Bullshit.
his closest
Cover.
Democrats can feel that it may not go that way.
I don't buy it. It's cover. This is typical neocon cover. Like I've seen. This is the same thing you do with Bush.
Paid opposition, right? I got you. It's Fox News. You really shouldn't just listen.
Look at these two people. Yeah, they're base as hell, aren't they?
They both look at them both. Look at how their eyes are. Look at how they're like.
Let's get in there close, Koolfrogg. How close can you get? Let's get in there. Can you expand it?
No, not doing it. I know what you do. I know what you do on your end. So
what?
Not going to do that for you, brother.
Do what? No, I just wanted you to expand the picture. Not you.
Oh, not me.
Them two. Yeah,
these two.
I got enough pictures of you, dude. You're good.
But yeah, there you go.
As you will see in my new movie, I'm trying to do different time periods. We're gonna go all the way back to prehistoric times, the new land of the lost. Koolfrogg goes over a waterfall and ends up in the land of the lost. It's the right dinosaurs.
I got. Well, maybe you can't read that one.
Go down. I can't see it. All I see is us two.
No, I'm gonna actually send you a private.
Okay. I just want to see their eyes up close on the screen for everybody.
Oh, I did.
I had
I
had a bit. I know. I was too busy plugging the Koolfrogg in Dino World idea.
Okay. Let's grab that article I just threw up in private. I was going to give you the other one, but I can't give you the one that comes from the other one because that's a paid one on my end. You won't be able to see it. There you go.
Okay. You gotta just keep it up on your.
Look at the eyes.
Yeah, dude.
Look close. Look close. When you understand what you're actually looking at in paid opposition, you might just actually understand.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they're trying to be convincing, but they have no soul. That's what it is. Lack of soul. That's all right. Well, enough staring into the abyss.
What's enough into the abyss? Leslie, I see that you actually said that you actually potentially seen that. I'll look closer. I'm kind of watching. I'm looking at it. Not seeing it actually populate on the one side. I'm going to check an email quick and see if email actually brought it up. Oh, okay, there it is. On the coffee side. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for the 15. Thank you, sweetheart. You're the best.
While we're
There you go.
oh hey, wow, okay, that white background takes up everything, doesn't it?
It really does. I mean,
Woo! Like where'd we go? Okay,
let's give it one of those.
there you go.
There you go.
Carrie Lake gets fantastic election news. She could win. Is this an opinion piece or like is this Carmine's opinion?
When you
or-
actually get down further, you actually understand what they're actually talking about. We're not actually disputing anything that had already occurred. This is something new.
All right. Carrie Lake, the former Republican candidate for governor of Arizona, may have a path to be elected as a senator from the state. A recent poll showed that the firebrand Republican would defeat sitting independent Senator Kirsten Sinema and her possible Democrat challenger, Ruben Gallego. I think that's right, but that's how I'm going to say it. The survey, released January 11th by the website Blueprint Polling, imagine a scenario where Sinema, former Democrat turned independent bullshit, who's held a, I guess she has kind of, I guess she has. I mean,
bullshit.
All right. Anyways, a former Democrat turned independent who's held her Senate seat since 2019 runs for re-election against Lake and Gallego, a Democrat who represents the state's 3rd congressional district. Lake, who rumors say is considering running for the seat, but has not confirmed this, polled at 36% according to Blueprint, well ahead of the two rivals. Gallego, is that right? I can't feel like I should say
Gallego.
Gallego.
Say Gallego, right?
Gallego, okay. Trailed closely with 32%, while Sinema ran a distant third with 14%, Newsweek reported. The poll said that in a 3-way contest, one of 6 voters surveyed was undecided. How do 1 in 6 people undecided? Okay. I guess they just don't pay attention. The 1 in 6 people that don't pay attention. What could assist Senator Sinema in keeping her position? Which could, okay. Yeah, so that 1 in 6 voter, that's the one, huh? Okay. But either way, I think we're doing pretty good if that one is really more siding with the middle right or something. Since leaving the Democrat Party last month, Senator Sinema has gained support from Republican and Democrat voters, and the poll said that her best chance to stay in the Senate may be for the Republican Party to nominate a candidate so flawed that moderate and conservative voters would abandon that person for the independent Sinema. Okay, so that's the strategy. Is official Sinema officials left the Democrat Party in December and changed her affiliation to Sinema officially left the Democratic Party in December and changed her affiliation to the Independent. Her move weakens Democrats' already tenuous hold on the upper chamber. Prior to her announcement, Democrats had a 51-50 majority in the U.S. Senate. In a guest column for the Arizona Republic, Sinema slammed partisanship and the stranglehold it has on both major parties. Sinema, who is up for re-election in 2024, says she will continue to caucus with Democrats. I don't agree with you guys. I'm leaving the team, but I'm still going to hang out and try to get in with you guys.
And I think that's why when you actually pay attention to what they're actually trying to say here, that like he'd be a perfect contender to actually pick up a potential win, as you got Sinema running against a different Democrat for that. She's an independent. Even if she wins the party seat, she's already telling them that she's against them. Arizona's, fairly based as it is, other than lately. I could almost see that it would actually, switch hands, and maybe she might actually pick something up there. That might be kind of fun to actually see.
Okay. Well, do we feel like people feel like Lake should win this? I mean, maybe you should make a poll or something. Throw a poll out there. See what people would pick.
Throw a poll out there.
Yeah. See who dances on it. Who's gonna swing around the pole?
Let's see here.
So it's kind of confusing, isn't it? It's like, okay, well, Carrie Lake just went through that whole thing. She got kind of got the raw end of the deal there, and it seems like she should get some justice with a new position or something. But then again, Cinema's been, she's come through a couple times, right? And holding up some pretty bad stuff.
She's currently there, but again, as it's stated, she's actually removed herself from the Democratic Party and actually put herself as an independent because she.
Yeah, so did Bernie Sanders. I mean, that's what that does for me right there.
Exactly.
If you're gonna be a bear, be a grizzly, man. Go all the way. Put tattoo
We're not even
anti.
gonna give the third option. We're just gonna do two options, like or Cinema, in the poll. You don't need the third option. The third option's probably never gonna occur anyway. I mean, either way, in my opinion, she should probably end up picking up this position. But
Yeah, I think she's a safer bet, right? Because Cinema needs to go home and figure out who she is. She needs to go on a spirit journey, if you will. So becoming an independent won't change my work in the Senate. My service to Arizona remains the same. Read my full op-ed in the Arizona Republic. Okay, sure. But
oh dang, PB versus Cinema is cute, but seems crazy. I think you need to get your eyes checked, bro.
Hold on. Is there a picture of her?
I'll get one for you.
All right.
I'll get one for you.
If I went in a bathing suit. All right. So let's see. There's a disconnect between what everyday Americans want and deserve from our politics and what political parties are offering. A disconnect. It's called the media. I am privileged to represent Arizonians of all backgrounds and beliefs in the U.S. Senate, and I'm honored to travel to every corner of our state, listening to your concerns and ideas. While Arizonans don't all agree on the issues, we are united in our values of hard work, common sense, and independence, Cinema said. We make our own decisions using our own judgment and lived experiences to form our beliefs. We don't line up to do what we're told, automatically subscribe to whatever positions the national political parties dictate. Oh, by the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure that you subscribe to both my channel and Koolfrogg. All right, thanks.
Legal Voices in the House drops in with 10,000 something or other.
Oh my God.
Show me the money. Yeah.
You have typed it next to zero, sir. You must not go to the bank and get
so
this
much, brother.
money out. Oh, I didn't know he was a millionaire. Wow.
Yeah. That's the difference between a U.S. dollar and ours. I believe that's a 10 spot here. But yeah, thank you so much, brother. And thank you for all the assistance, all the things that you've ever done. Thank you so much. He's helped me out a lot. He actually gave me that last bump to get me over that 1,000, or to get me close to the 1,000. He got me up to the 950-ish.
Well, I hope I can be good friends with him like that too one day.
Yeah,
I mean, I put him in my videos and make him look cool and make him look hip, and chicks dig him and stuff. And
no, he's cool.
He never calls. He didn't call it, and
Yeah, that's it. Right. Drop that decimal. So where the little dashes there, whatever, or the whatever you want to call it. You put a dot. It's a 10 spot. $10. But yeah, thank you so much.
Where did we leave off?
He's cool, dude. You continue to read, or don't. It doesn't really matter. There you go. There's the difference between the two. Carrie Lake on the.
I don't know. Maybe
left, I guess.
Do you have a picture of them both in the shower together? Maybe we'll tell then.
No, but in Newsweek, this will happen to be running a similar article or whatever about the same story, and they just so happen to have a picture of the both of them. Now, do I think that Carrie Lake is any better looking? I don't know. I really don't. I really don't know.
I don't know. I think I would have to go with the one on the left for some reason. Yeah, it just looks a little bit younger, I guess.
The one on
the glasses come off and she goes crazy. Ah!
So you're down with what Beaver said and actually hitting up.
I mean, we're not talking about it for a night, right? We're not talking for
the one with the glasses is cinema. That's the Democrat turned independent. Does that change your mind?
No, it actually not at all. Actually, think about it.
No, don't change my mind.
Well, I mean, we weren't talking about marriage here, were we? Right? Okay. We're talking about, it's late, we're at a bar, it's last call. That kind of scenario. Or at a kegger in college or, something like that. Yeah.
You don't have to continue with the article. It's okay.
Are you sure?
I think we get the point. I'm going to throw you the next one.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, pretty much, it's going to repeat itself. Every news article does. It repeats itself 2 or 3 times to try pushing that point through to you that's what they had done and this is what they're running for. And I really, just an opinion in itself of actually, believing that somebody that Carrie Lake may actually outwin that particular Senate race might be kind of interesting because it would actually change it from being a 51-50 to a 50-50 going, with original thought there or whatever. But no, I'm not sharing that screen.
Oh, dude, look, that's a great story. Stacey Abrams' group ordered to pay over $200,000 over false stolen election claims. So she's getting fined for saying that hers was stolen. That she went around Georgia doing this one.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
No, you're up. There you go.
I do not like
on the screen.
She's trying to destroy my home. So Stacey Abrams, the 2-time defeated Democrat candidate for governor of Georgia, just got bad news from a federal judge. On Tuesday, a federal judge ordered her group, Fair Fight Action, couldn't be a more ironic name in the business, to pay around $230,000 in fees as a reimbursement to the state of Georgia over her erroneous claims that a Republican Governor Brian Kemp stole the 2018 election in her state. The Washington Free Beacon reported. No, that's actually the truth. So but that's a really low fine. She should be paying like $2 million. Abrams founded the group after losing to then Secretary of State Kemp, who she claimed used his position to disenfranchise minority voters in the lead up to the election. Of course, it's part of his job as Secretary of State to purge the voter registration of all people that no longer qualify.
Nurses, why do we care what Abrams the loser says?
But no, we're reveling in her defeat. Get it right. All right, here we go. Yeah, a federal judge in late September ruled against Fair Fight Action, and dude, these people are just destroying the state. And you wonder why Georgia flipped? These people right here. So yeah, it's kind of important. On all counts, following a 4-year legal battle, saying the group provided no direct evidence that Georgia voters struggled to vote in the election. No, they just ran on it. The Fair Fight Action must repay $192,628.85 in transcription fees and $38,674.86 in copying costs that Georgia incurred in defending itself against the group's lawsuit, according to the bill of costs submitted Tuesday by the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Georgia. So look, so what? They paid what? What do they got to pay here, all in all? Close to $500,000, maybe, right? But they just ran that idea into people's heads for years and years and years, and that amount of brainwashing, you cannot put a price on that. Stacey Abrams voter suppression claims were false. It's never been easier to vote and harder to cheat in the state of Georgia. Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger said, "This is a start, but I think Stacey Abrams should pay back the millions of taxpayer dollars the state was forced to spend to disprove her false claims. Yeah, I think she'd be forced to leave the state actually and never run again. We're going to send her to Alabama, right? Where people don't care. All right, so this week. So what's next? Are you going to run again? Barrymore said. Do we get to look forward to this and galvanizing again? Galvanizing? I will likely run again, the forever candidate said. Yes, Barrymore shouted, showing that she is partisan. Yes, go lose again. Yes.
There you go. See, exactly, Rose. Even Tadpole can't stand Abrams. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's just screaming. He's so upset.
I actually drew a lot lower than earlier. Earlier, it was like I felt like he was in the room with me. On the day stream, he was much more rowdy.
Oh, he was laying right here, right next to me. That's why.
Oh, look, Barrymore said.
That's why I don't turn on camera during the day.
I gotcha. The Barrymore suggested that is this Drew Barrymore, the actress? Let's just pretend it is. All right. Suggested that Abrams would be campaigning against some tough men who don't always play fair. Oh, you better watch out, Stacey. Tough men are there. They don't play fair. Not always. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. That's her motto. If it doesn't work, you try again, and then you accuse the other side of cheating. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? All right. Abrams said. So she said, "Watch, buckle up, watch Perpetual Loser." Stacey Abrams, Drew Barrymore.
Do not click
her
on that.
Entire masked audience. She will run again, and in her entire masked audience. God bless America. Say, all right. Abrams did not specify which office she would seek. See, there's the trick. Yeah, she could be the dog catcher. I'm good with that. Let's see. Who knows? It could be presidency.
Yourself?
Yeah, she's gonna run with Beto. They're gonna run have a ticket. World's greatest losers. Hey, vote for us. Come on, it'd be great. Do something new. After being defeated silently in November, Stacey Abrams did concede to Republican Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, but there was a caveat. Fox News reported. Yeah, it was to distract everybody so that they could get Jackass in there. Tonight, I am doing clearly what is the responsible thing. I am suspending my campaign for governor. Yeah, right. Did anybody buy that? Like, I know she did it, but I'm just saying, like, that the sincerity. There's no sincerity there. I may no longer be seeking the office of governor, but I will never stop doing everything in my power to make sure the people in Georgia, my people in Georgia, have a voice.
By the way,
that people.
That poll that I forgot to end for the senator, 88% said yeah, Blake.
Okay, I agree. After she was defeated by Governor Kemp in 2018, she did not concede and made claims of voter suppression, but this time she did not. No, but I think she got her big kickback when she helped old Joe out during the helped him in his campaigning here. Yeah.
Wait, how disgusting are you? Stop putting things in places they don't deserve to be. He actually made a comment on the two photos that were up between. He said you'd stick it in the rear.
Who?
The AI.
Oh, the AI did. Oh, you're on the Rumble side. I'm looking at the other side.
The AI on the Rumble side said that he'd stick it in the rear. I mean, I guess.
Yep. All right. Well, she thinks she's doing a responsible thing, but she's causing a major distraction. That's all it was. Like it was so shocking. It's like, oh, she's
super don't care. It's Arizona.
Dude, you gotta care about everything a little bit, right? It's like because hey, nobody cared about Georgia, lost the presidency, man. Just like that. Now we care, right?
You lost Georgia. You gave it a 51-50 in the Senate, and did you not care there? Because if you didn't care there, then what? If you don't care, you don't pay attention to every single one of those seats on everything. you're done.
Yep. Dude, in 2018,
you're going to allow them to continue to do what they're doing.
yeah, in 2018, after she tried to steal this after this one right here, right? After this one we're talking about 2018, right? After that, it didn't just happen in Georgia. It happened in Arizona. It happened up in Michigan, right? It happened in Pennsylvania. It happened in different places. That was the test run, guys.
Pennsylvania. Yeah.
And I spent 2 years going, guess what we got to do? Guess what's going to happen if we don't do this?
About all the little laws that were
they wouldn't listen. We don't care. We don't care. We'll just someone will take care of it for us.
It don't matter.
We don't do something about this. It's getting close. Now we're a few months away. Something's got to happen. Of course, COVID went in too, but it's like, dude, I mean, still, nothing got done. Then you relied on the guy that was in charge, thinking he had it, all under control, right? Wow. Nope. Surprise. All right, here we go. That's what I said. That is my criticism of him. So I do have some, but it's like, I'm still supporting.
I mean, it's just people don't care about principles. Well, maybe you don't.
No. I mean, I see. I understand what they're saying. I get it. You're right, and there is a general feeling in this country right now that people don't care about principles because there's so much hypocrisy. There's so much ignoring of bad things that's going on. I mean, I totally get where you're coming from, but that's a condition, and that's a condition that can be changed, right? As long as we have a country and we have freedom. So that's why we work on it. But it's a good observation. We can fix that. There are people that do have principles that can help in the solution for that. So where are we at? Okay. After she was defeated by Kip in 2018, that part. While I may have not crossed, why I may not have crossed the finish line, that doesn't mean that I won't stop running for a better Georgia. Can you just, if you want to run for a better Georgia, run down the highway out of the state. There you go. Even though our fight, she's looking at herself in the mirror. For the governor's mansion came up short. I'm pretty tall. Well, I guess if you're laying on your side. And she has a debt problem on her hands, according to a report. I don't doubt that. The Daily Wire noted that after raising north of $100 million for her latest race, Abrams' campaign is in debt and still owes vendors. Holy cow. Her two-time campaign manager, Lauren Wargo, told Axios the campaign owes more than $1 million after Abrams lost to Kemp by nearly 300,000 awesome votes. We did not just lose; we got blown out. Wargo told the news outlet. It was the most suboptimal situation to be in, and we will be dealing with that situation for some time. I guess that means Stacey hadn't paid them either. Okay, so the Daily Wire noted further, although Wargo said oh my God, cavalcade. Okay, cavalcade. I don't say that word a lot. Cavalcade of negative press and negative polling was a burden on fundraising in the final stretch. She's never done well in Georgia. Her money comes from out of the state. Abrams had outraised Kemp per her campaign and leadership committee. Won Georgia with a total of $105.3 million through October 25th, according to finance reports cited by GPB. Kemp, though, through his campaign and leadership committee, Georgians First raised $81.5 million up to that point in time. Yeah, see, but Kemp's money was legitimate. It's like literally coming from well-to-do people in Georgia mostly. Hers, if you look up her campaigns, Soros and Hollywood, and that's the way it was in 2018 too. So there you have it. I think we've all learned something.
Every other Democrat out there, that's where they get their funds from usually. Same place.
All right. So what's the other one?
Nerd says in Star Trek, Abrams played the president of Earth. That artificial gravity was working overtime when she boarded the ship.
Yeah, I mean, I'll play this, man. I hate to break it to you, but Star Trek isn't real, man. It's not real. Thank God, right? Thank God. Plus, it's a little hard.
Muzzy says, "Who's talking here?" That's Winning Reality. Winning Reality is actually
me.
been around for some time. He's joined us several times on different panels. I've joined him. And
Leslie knows me.
America
She
says I
knows-
didn't know if he was going to be here. And my throat being as sore as it is, commissioned him to actually come in here tonight, help me out, and help me out with the with doing some stuff. That article, I had no clue what I was actually listening to. So as far as that goes, wasn't something that I had read to start off with. No,
Look, nice. Now Nerd's trying to now Nerd's trying to get out of it. He's like trying to. Oh, it's just joking around.
Dude, it was,
Oh.
dude, it was just a joke.
Yeah.
We know, Nerd. It's all right. Just like everything else that we said back. It's just a joke. It's all good.
I know. Leslie comes to my premieres. She comes to see my videos. She likes them.
She's like, winning reality. Sorry, buddy.
No. You're all good. You're all good. I was hiding behind Stacy. You couldn't see me.
He's like, what the hell, dude?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Hold on.
You got a good article there. What are you saying? Oh my goodness about?
Listen, Nerd. Everything's gonna be okay. It was just a joke. We were all just playing along. It was fine. It's for comedy. We're entertaining people.
That's
what
exactly
we do.
What we're here to do. We're here to entertain you.
It's gonna be.
And speak of some politics and some news at the same time with some interesting characters.
Here, now you do a speech.
Nah. Oh my God! No.
This was better. All right.
Nerd.
We'll figure that out later.
It's okay. It's all just a joke. It's a joke to light up your smoke.
You just gotta learn to laugh a little bit. See? One more. See? Nice.
All right.
All right.
I did throw another one at you, so you should go along with that.
Well, we could once a week we should do a check-in and how's the job hunt going? Like, you didn't know.
Oh, we haven't.
We're very interested that in help and
I would assume that he's still working on that, as he's actually joined me in the last few days.
Go Leslie, go Leslie, go.
Leslie, nice $20.
We have to make him give a report publicly, like once a week. It'll motivate him to get going.
I do drink a bit at night. Thank you so much, dear.
You go, party girl. You're rocking it.
You keep doing you. I love it.
That's true, Automac. We do need more of that.
What? Oh my Lord. Did I miss something here? I missed something here.
What would you miss?
Go ahead, pull that article up and I'll
You send one to me? Okay.
I threw you a second link.
Yale Jackson.
What's going on? Everybody, if you haven't already, please hit that like button, smash it, make it your friend, do all those wonderful things. Leslie, you're a sweetheart. She's really supporting me tonight. I love it. It's so sweet of you. She did that twice over on the coffee side. $15 a time. That's awesome. You're the best. You got that article? What's up?
Oh, I'm ready. Oh, I got to share it, don't I?
Got to.
All right. Here we go. A little drink. Tonight's I'm sponsored by Body Armor Ed, as always.
That's him, not me. I'm not sponsored by anybody. But you.
They only
You
sponsor
and everybody else that's here watching this.
They only sponsor so many people. I'm lucky to be on that group. In that group, if you start drinking it, maybe I can get you in there. But all right, here we go. We have an article today from Headline USA. I've never heard of it. Okay. What is it? Jacob Burns. Boo Earns. All right. Bruins. All right. I'm doing this should probably do this. I won't have to stop so many times. Can I actually increase the size here? I'm fine. All right.
Can you zoom in on it?
I'm doing that's what I was just saying. I was like,
scroll in with the mouse wheel.
There we go. Yeah.
Whoa.
Hello, my name.
That's a little scary.
No!
Scary. You put it in so far. It's like, whoa.
I already I didn't even read it at first, but I just caught keywords as I was doing that, and I already had seen conspiracy and white supremacy in the headlines. This one's gonna be a good strap in, folks. All right, stretching for this one. Sheila Jackson Lee's bill makes it illegal for whites to criticize minorities.
That's the world we now live in.
Yes, we need laws like that. Really, yeah.
Let's make this a thing and make it so that anything that I say against anybody else, it can just be held against me.
Objection, Your Honor. You are criticizing me, and I am a black man. You could not sentence me to no crimes. Dude, come on.
I am trying to stay monetized still. I'm just saying.
Well, I can't get demonetized for that.
I'm just teasing you.
I didn't do it naked. There's the camera on. Yeah. Okay. So this is strap in, folks. This is gonna be a good one.
I'm not touching that with yours.
To prevent and prosecute white supremacy-inspired hate crimes and conspiracy to commit white supremacy-inspired hate crimes. Oh my goodness, it's a mouthful. Yeah. Here we go. Welcome to Bizarro World. All right, Representative Sheila Jackson Lee, Democrat, Texas. How the hell did that happen? Recently introduced a bill, H.R. 61, that would criminalize white people speaking out against illegal immigration in red state reported. Yeah, there we go. Who's going to enforce that? Lee's radical anti-white bill immediately made waves on Twitter. I can't see how that happened. Congressman Sheila Jackson Lee just introduced a bill that would make it a federal crime for white people and white people only to criticize mass immigration or to say anything that she claims would be vilified. Oh, really? I thought you used to. See, that's why I keep spelling it wrong because I use two L's. All right. A non-white person or group. Yeah. See, I told you, when they started using that POC, that people of color shit, that was we never should have let that fly. Nobody should ever let that fly. Anybody. If you're a cool person, you should never let that fly. Who's saying white ain't a color? Jesus Christ.
Automax is so many black people with red hair.
What color is snow? What color is snow? Anybody. Can we do a poll for the color of snow? Okay. You say white, it's a color.
The spectrum of all color.
You're right. And so then the black would be the rejection of all color.
Right.
Yeah, say we can play. Two can play at that game. All right. Absorbing and reflecting, and everything in between. Congressman Sheila Jackson Lee just introduced a bill that would make it a federal crime for white people and white people only. Really? I feel like I just read that. Okay. The bill, were to pass, would carve out a new type of crime, whitey crime. It's not really a white collar crime; it's a white neck crime. White supremacy-inspired hate crime. Yeah, rolls off the tongue. Which the bill defines very broadly as an instance in which white supremacy ideology has motivated the planning, development, and preparation or perpetuation of actions that constitute a crime.
Perpetuation.
of actions that constitute a crime or were undertaken in furtherance of activity that, if effectuated, would have constituted a crime. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yes, Your Honor. It's the emancipation proclamations, you know? It got to the extremities, extrematized. Yes, sir. Demonstration, the ideological interpretation of the situation, right? It explicitly states the stated purpose is to prevent Whitey from doing anything. Okay, hold on. It says
Right?
to prevent and prosecute white supremacy. I feel like I keep reading the same thing. Did AI write this? I was like, white supremacy inspired hate
Like
crime and
any other
conspiracy to
news article.
commit white supremacy inspired hate crimes, and to amend Title 18 United States Code to expand the scope of hate crimes. Yeah, now it's the hateful thoughts, hateful looks,
Expand the
hateful
scope of hate crimes.
walking style, hateful clothing, hateful I don't know, cars.
Because you remember the last time they actually talked a lot about hate crimes, and they were trying to point at it that it was the hate crimes were being particularly positioned towards Asians, and then there just so happened to be like several different people that showed footage of quote unquote black men beating up Asians, so then they stopped pushing that narrative.
Oh my goodness.
Because they're like, oh, wait a minute, that didn't work.
You know, it's conditions, man. It's all about the brain and the head, man. It's like this is the thing about it, right? At the core, right? At the core, supremacy itself, this is the thing they're throwing around now. See this? Supremacy, right? Is an elitist concept. It's not a concept of humanity, right? It's an elitist concept in the sense that the idea that one person carries the perception or the belief that they or something about them makes them better than everybody else. That is an elitist mindset. That comes from elitism. And see, the thing about elitists is they don't discriminate. They think everybody's beneath them, right? So when you spur that off into a different situation, you take that aspect of it, and then you add in race, you add in sex, you add in lifestyle, whatever it is they want to cause a division between. So this kind of goes into like what my channel is about. At least half of it is that you have to identify what the root cause issues are, and then you solve those so that you take the enablement away from the corruption. Right. This is what we're talking about. So
To go along with it real quick.
I'm gonna forget what I said. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Chat's got a couple things for us. Automax says, I've said it before, but I'm an Irish descendant. I demand 5,000 potatoes in reparations. Yes, exactly. Nander says, I passed out on someone else's stream and just woke up on yours. So hello. I believe Meme Copium actually dumped over here. I believe that's where you probably were.
I was trying to look at that picture
all at once. Yes.
What's his profile picture? What's that profile picture
of
the guy you just pulled up? Yeah. Like a vampire or something.
Part her, part something else. Nander is a female.
It's cute. All right. The if that's really her. If not, screw you. Okay, so supremacy, right? Like, okay, so when you want to divide people by race, you just add in, hey, this one race says they're better than you because of their race. It's just like the easiest thing in the world to do. But you can't start there unless you already have a supremacy mindset, right? So most people don't. We don't have, most people don't have that, no matter what color they are. Most people don't. This is an elitist mindset. So just keep that in mind. All right. To commit white supremacy. How the hell are they going to prove any of this shit? Inspired hate crimes and to amend the Title 18. Okay. Scope of the hate crimes. In other words, it's a leftist attempt to redefine hate crimes to include the activities of white people. They don't include that now, including social media posts. Public messages promoting replacement theory, or hate speech that vilifies or is otherwise directed against any non-white person or group. Okay, so where's the protection for white people in this? It's like, no. You can give white people, you can say anything to them. Hate them all you want. Just don't hate anybody else because it's, them.
You can hate whites as much as you'd like. You can say whatever you'd like about me and, that you would like. But if I say anything bad about you and you're of any, other, it's against me. And it's like, what the hell? Just stop it. Stop acting so ignorant. Says, this has been a fun stream, Frog. It's been a good one. This is for sure.
Nadar's man bun said a mashup of me and Nadar, the Relentless, from what we do in the Shadows TV series. Oh, cool. What's Shadow? Have you seen the Shadows TV series?
Anders, the Relentless from Shadows TV series? Nah. Never.
Already. I'll check it out. All right, where are we at in this thrilling, awesome evolution of mankind here? This is the evolution of society. We're all on the cutting edge. All right. The new power would fall under the interpretive authority of the politicized Department of Justice, which shall have the authority to investigate, intercede, and undertake other actions that it deems necessary and appropriate to interdict, mitigate, or prevent such actions from accumulating into violent activity. Yeah. If the law were to pass, white people would no longer be able to speak. Be permitted to criticize any minority or minority-oriented group, such as Black Lives Matter. There you go, running cover, without a high likelihood of being charged with a hate crime. Wow, this is good stuff. Good times in America, guys. Yeah. Okay, so what about people that are mixed? It's all appearance, right? That didn't have anything to do with genetics. You gotta keep that in mind. So, how can we solve this problem? Oh yeah, don't pass the law. But I mean, we have to put this on a blast, though.
Exactly, and that's exactly why you're reading it, is to actually let people know that this is the kind of stuff that the government's trying to push. This is the kind of stuff that when you don't pay attention to who you're electing and you just elect any random person, this is the bullshit that they pushing on us to actually, make you actually think, I guess I don't really care who's elected for that position. You really do, because this is the kind of laws that they're going to try pushing against, people of any race. When you do that, that's wrong.
Absolutely. I still remember Abrams' platform from 2018 because it was so much like that. She was gonna, first of all, come in here and she was gonna make, outlaw all kinds of 2A stuff, right? All kinds of guns and bullets and everything else, right? And then she was gonna let the illegals, or the people that are here legally or that or here as refugees, right? Because there's a lot of them in this area. They were to give them the right to vote and driver's license. Yes. That's what we want. That's what we need in Georgia. We need that because we don't have enough traffic already, and people already don't drive crazy already and don't know how to drive. Don't get out of the goddamn left lane. It's like we have this giant highway system that comes right through here. Everybody travels through here. I traveled through here many times, just like on the road, and we didn't even pass. We didn't even stop. We have places here. It was like, man, it's like. That's what we need. We need people that don't know how to driving. People who don't know how to voting. That's Stacey Abrams' plan for Georgia.
It's an
I still remember that. Oh man,
what's up, brother?
Are you kidding me?
Hello there.
I told you don't leave.
There you go.
So I heard that somebody got monetized.
Yes.
Okay.
We got monetized within 23 hours.
What or who exactly did you have to sacrifice to the devil in front of Susan Wojcicki to actually do that? How did that happen?
I didn't. That's the fun one. It's just us. Seriously, within like 23 hours, it's like, boom, here you go. I'm like, oh crap, that happened fast. Like I've heard people say 3 weeks, month.
Because I mean, like, I'm kind of happy, but I'm also
times.
kind of concerned because I'm like, well, how does that happen legitimately? Like, how does it?
I think it is because, and I could be wrong, but I think it had something to do with the 2 months of not existing.
What's this guy talking about?
And then coming back.
How many times did we say Slava Ukraini? I don't know. How many times did we? Is that why? I don't know.
Rose.
God, I just decided to flip it just for the freaking heck of it the other day to that freaking KLW News. Oh my God. I didn't last 30 seconds. I was already screaming. I was done. Oh, no, I wasn't screaming. I was definitely yelling at him. I was done.
Winnie.
Anyway.
Me and you are really an interesting person to talk to. I've talked to them
Pikachu.
several times. Really shouldn't be acknowledged so much. I'm just saying, when you do,
okay,
they have the tendency to. What is this, a producers meeting?
Yeah,
yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what this
producers meeting.
Anyway.
Yes. Anyways, are the fresh shirts in? We need a report.
I think you're almost done with this article, are you not?
Yeah, it's almost. I think I finished it.
Oh, you did finish it. Okay.
I heard something about the president of the Intergalactic Federation of Planets, Stacey Abrams.
Yeah.
She wants to press this law that makes it illegal for whites to call out any other race for any other crime. It can and actually include it into a hate crime.
I mean,
see, but the thing is, like she got the job.
The whole galaxy. Why doesn't she?
Well, people don't know the backstory.
Like,
they don't know the backstory about how she got the job. You see, she was the vice galactic leader of all time, right? She was the vice one, right? But the leader at the time was like a space pie, and like he just disappeared one day, and so she just moved up into the.
So they got replaced with a space whale.
Well, the way they did it in the future.
That's a pretty big leap. Holy crap!
Is if you got second place, you got to be a vice president. So it's like that's how they did it. Just to make it fair. All the whining. All right. Well, these guys look great.
So
pull them down.
So real quick, America shirts. I don't know if we can actually. I think there's some rules and regulations behind what we can say and what we can't say when it comes to other pay sites and other things. So I don't know. I have to actually look at it closer. I don't know if we can actually promote promo codes because I just don't. I have to look into it further. So tonight we will not be promo coding.
Well, and that's
American
probably a good
shirts.
thing because my website is having some technical difficulties.
Okay.
With the hosting, so some slight.
Is that why you've been hanging out over at Pants's place?
No, we haven't. We actually have not been in contact with Pants lately.
Well, I don't know what I heard you guys might be sharing a drawer or closet, or like a hanger or something. A hanger.
You put the
ties are tight. Ties are tight. We only have one hanger. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'd go that far. I don't think I'd go that far.
Hey, look, it's none of our business, man. I'm not trying to pry. We're not trying to pry.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
We're just happy for you.
Okay.
Can you read Epic Time stuff or can you not?
Can I what?
Can you read Epic Time stuff or can you not?
Oh no, I don't pay for that. I should do that. Now.
Okay.
I should do
that. Okay, I'm just asking a question. Because if you could, I was going to send you a couple things to read.
Because there's a couple of things that I would like to look
at.
It's
not that bad if you do the year. The year's a little bit.
Yeah, and they have like some kind of they have some kind of a discount at some point. Somebody was offering.
It's like $99 a year. It's not bad. But because I actually got a job now that I'm monetizing it, all that, whatever, I had to actually paid for that, so that way I can actually read their articles and in full.
Oh.
So,
well, there you go.
I'm going to actually read this one real quick. So, bear with me. A little bit of a sore throat. This is Biden says Americans would. He really reiterates this. I know that he said this before. Needs some F-15s to fight the government. The president vowed to ban assault weapons. President Joe Biden said on Monday the AR-15 rifles wouldn't help Americans in an armed conflict with federal government. Biden made the comments during a National Action Network annual Martin Luther King Jr. Day breakfast in Washington, where he vowed to ban what he called assault weapons, AR supposedly stand for assault.
You know what's an assault weapon? You know what really is an assault weapon? You know what? The assault weapon is the cringe that comes out of that White House. Okay, that is the assault that we all have to deal with on a daily basis. The unmitigated cringe that spews forth like a geyser. It shoots out and it sprays all over the country.
Did you watch what Biden said out of the church the other day?
That is the assault weapon against us. Okay, that's the assault against us right there. And I mean, Kamala Harris alone is like a freaking WMD.
Okay,
like
here, listen to this.
Cringe.
Listen to this gaffe.
It took just one generation from segregation to the Supreme Court of the United States, end of quote. Those are the words of Ketanji Brown Jackson, our Supreme Court Justice.
God, don't make it started on that one.
Oh my dear Lord in heaven. Oh my God.
I have to go back. I had a list of clips. I actually clipped that. I have to actually go back and find it and actually get it with caption on the bottom, because when you put caption, it actually spells her name wrong. The Kachong, it wrong those 3 times, and then the next sentence actually says, "I drowned Jackson." The closed caption seriously says that. I'm like, oh my God. Seriously, we sat there the other day because we did the Martin Luther King during the day. And the whole bunch of us that were on panel laughed our butts off for at least 15 minutes. We played it over again. Just, oh my God.
We have gone above and beyond now. I mean, that is just, oh my God. I mean, that's almost as bad as that other one that Meme Copia made. I mean, I guess they forgot the meds. Yeah.
Let's be clear. I hear it all the time. Cumulative deficit, I can pay for the programs many times over.
That one.
Me made that one for it.
Brilliant.
Nice.
But yeah, the gaff machine is still there. He still does all that. So yeah, everything that comes out of that White House is ridiculous. And again, just let's hit this real quick. I want to actually get it done and read because
that's just absolutely incredible.
So it says, "I love my right-wing friends who talk about the Tree of Liberty is watered with the blood of patriots," he said. "If you need to worry about taking on the federal government, you need some F-15s. You don't need an AR-15. So what he's saying is put down the guns, go buy a jet.
Okay, you're the boss.
He's telling you straight up, if that's what you need, you go buy a jet. He doesn't care about, he wants you to put down what he calls an assault rifle, which is just, it's not, it's just an armor light rifle. It's a namesake. It's not, does not stand for assault. Why people think it does is weird. The Tree of Liberty must be refreshed by the time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants," Jefferson wrote in 1787, letter to William Stephen Smith and the son-in-law of John Adams. This is not the first time Biden has said that Americans need more powerful weapons if they want to take the federal government, and if they shouldn't, therefore, not object to giving up their semi-automatic sporting rifles. You can see it says firearm industry blasts Biden. If you wanted, or if you think you need to have weapons to take on the government, you need F-15s and maybe some nuclear weapons, he said during the June 2021 speech outlining his plan to tackle gun violence. So he remember this statement from back in June. He doubles down and he says it again. If you want to take on the government, you don't need your AR-15s, you need F-15s. So he's so super adamant at actually removing gun rights that he's actually going to the point of actually trying to make it sound like we should actually remove all weapons. I mean, go ahead, take away the 2A. You're not going to take away everybody's guns.
Well,
Nobody's
I mean,
just
the
gonna
other
willingly
Joe,
be like, oh, the law's no longer there. Here you go.
the other Joe, Joseph Stalin. I mean, Manchin. Pardon me. It was out in the World Economic Forum, and he's out there saying that in America we can't deal with multiple crises at once, because we have too many outlets for people to talk on, for people to chat. It's too uncontrolled. So, and then he's on stage with some rhino Republican hack freakazoid who literally called as soon as Russia did their little thing in Ukraine there, she's like, oh my God, nuke Russia. Like, she's literally out front just saying, nuke Russia, just nuke them. It's like, oh, okay. Like, she's the common sense person we're going to have on the stage of WF2, right? So anyways, so like, he's on stage. So Joseph Stalin, Manchin is on stage with this freakazoid. And I think even Al Gore was on the other end of this little panel thing. And by little, I mean like 15 people. So like, yeah. Yeah, so if Joe Stalin, Manchin gets back into his office there, he gets what he wants. Oh, and by the way, he's also talked a great deal about getting rid of Second Amendment stuff, But hey, he's a Blue Dog Democrat. Oh, who else was on the stage with him too, by the way? It was Kristen Sinema of Arizona, the great moderate that so many people praise and laud. Oh my goodness, she's so
we talked about
fantastic.
her already.
She went to Bilderberg this past year. She went to the Bilderberg meeting, and she goes to WEF. Like, she is as globalist as all get out. Like, I don't even.
Anybody that doesn't understand that she's part of WEF is kind of ignorant to the point.
Anywho, she went to the public and private globalist meetings, right?
We may actually
Bilderberg
have to do an exclusive within the next few days here, whatever, and actually cover.
They all don't like any of those, guns and free speech and things, Just ranting and raving, oh my God.
Not Bilderberg, Bilderberg.
Yes, Bilderberg. It's named after the place in the Netherlands where it was first held. Bilderberg. It was started by the king of the Netherlands.
Manders fan fun stuff. You want Bilderberg? Bilderberg. No, Bilderberg.
Don't you remember us talking about the Bilderberg group? Was Debbie not here with us? I don't know about.
Maybe not. Manders fan, maybe not.
I don't remember you. He must be.
We've picked up quite a few people in the last few weeks or whatever on people that have actually stuck around with us. It's great. We've picked up some fun people. That's for sure. I enjoy these people. There's so many fun people that have been around. Okay, let's see here. It says the president also claimed incorrectly that the bullet out of the AR-15 travels 5 times as rapidly as a bullet shot of any other gun during a speech in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. At the time, the firearm industry trade association...
That's actually how fast stupid leaves his mouth. I'm just saying. Anyway.
At the time, the Firearm Industry Trade Association responded to what it said was Biden's lost grasp of facts willful ignorance in constitutional rights, veiled threats of explicit insults, which the association is said were a recipe for failure. Instead of pledging to ban commonly owned firearms, President Biden should be focused on locking up criminals instead of winking and nodding at progressive prosecutors, releasing them into America's streets. The president has long pushed for Congress to pass tighter gun control legislation and vowed again on Monday to get assault rifles banned, telling the audience, "I did it once and I'm going to do it again." There's no social redeeming value. Deer aren't wearing Kevlar vests out there. What the hell do you need an assault? No, I'm serious. Biden
There are
said
some people
before
that should
pledging
be
to-
wearing Kevlar vests all day in some places that they live. I'm just saying. Like, I'm not even kidding.
So
Like,
he continues, ban the
definitely
number
wear a
of bullets
freaking vest.
that go into the magazine. So I mean, the number of bullets in the magazine, a deer wearing Kevlar vests, telling us that we need fighter jets as opposed to ARs. The whole thing is just ridiculous and stupid. This resident of the United States needs to stop it. The AR-15 rifle is the type of gun used to the shooter robbed elementary school in Uvalde. The shooter killed 19 children and 2 teachers. Gun control advocates and Democrat lawmakers, we actually did a big clip on the Uvalde stuff. And we actually watched the footage, and you can actually see that, there's something weird about that whole story. Not going to say that it wasn't legit, because it did happen. But why the officers stood back like they did is kind of weird, kind of strange. Gun control advocates and Democrat lawmakers have said that the type of firearm used was partly responsible for the carnage. According to the Firearm Industry Trade Association, AR-15 rifles are among the most popular firearms sold in the United States and are typically used for hunting, home defense, range shooting, and competitive shooting. They're not assault weapons and assault rifles, according to the association. Following
Interesting
Biden's remarks, right?
Can I butt in for just a second?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
This is very interesting, fascinating to me. Speaking about the AR, I was listening to this past week. I was listening to a guy who's a former CIA analyst, and he's really based. And he was talking about how the AR platform is nowhere near as good as the Soviet and now Russian Kalashnikov, and how it's not structured the same way, but theirs is built better than ours. It might not necessarily be as quote unquote accurate per se, like spot on, but it functions, the whole general functionality. In other words, like all the stats are better on the Kalashnikov than they are on the AR platforms. I just thought that was a little interesting.
Read the comment from Hash.
I built a pair once. I'm still healing from the bite marks. Long story short, bears don't like polyester fibers. Oh my.
Oh.
Well, hey, she lives in Canada, so maybe that thing probably happens all the time.
A natural occurrence.
Right. Anyway.
Winnie, you still with us, brother? Oh, he stepped away for a second.
I think that was an.
I'm here. Sorry, I was muted.
Okay, I just want to be sure that you're still around. We're not excluding you from the conversation.
You're not. I'm just sitting here enjoying it.
Okay, as long as you. Okay, so last paragraph says, Mr. President, law-abiding Americans defend themselves from criminals with semi-automatic firearms every week. Dangerous criminals who you and your political allies set free with your soft on criminal policies prey upon innocent Americans. Do better, Joe. Says the NRA posted on Twitter. Interesting. Interesting in itself when you actually think about the reasonings why he wants to actually ban something or whatever, is because he's afraid that, when the government stops working for us, that we're actually supposed to replace the government. What do we use to actually do such a thing? Oh, guns. Let's remove them. I don't think they're ever going to remove them completely. I really don't.
No, you can't remove the nano, no, I don't know, president and his banana booster.
Okay, so like we're getting down there. We got like 4 articles left. We're really getting close to the end here. Let's see here. So one more from the Epoch Times. I'll read this one because obvious reasons. The last 3 I'll actually push over into private chat. You guys can actually, winning was funny as heck when he was actually reading the last couple. So if he wants to read a couple more, I'm down.
I'll read one with shirts. Can we read at the same time?
Y'all can do whatever you'd like.
Okay, you take the high, I take the low.
I feel like that's a little too close and personal there. I mean, like we practically just met. Like it's a little much.
Well, what's with all the practicing then? No, actually, I did. Yeah. Why do you make me practice all the time if we're not going to do it for real? Yeah, but I did actually. I was telling Koolfrogg I have come across some stuff you'd be very interested in. We'll have some conversations if you hang around later about some of your favorite topics.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
Fabric softeners and dryer settings and shit like that.
Oh.
Anyways, so what are we doing here?
So this is the last one that I'm gonna read. Those three that I dropped in your private. You guys can actually fight over them however you want to do it, or do them together.
Oh, I want.
I would say
I'll take Whoopi. Whoopi.
All right. So while you guys figure that out, whatever, in private, I'm gonna actually go ahead and I'm gonna read this article out here. So this is the Great Dropout: Why 1.4 million children left public schools in 2020 and where they went.
What's
up, Shirts?
Oh, I was just butting in to kind of be funny. I was just like, oh hey, how come he gets whoopee cushion hanging out him?
How come he gets that? How come he gets whoopee and I don't?
I know, we're all fighting over like the only thing that whoopee is good for anymore is to be made.
It's a good article too. Okay, so here, real quick, 10.5 minutes. We're not going to read the whole thing. We're only going to read a portion of this. It says over 1 million children left public schools in 2020, a migration that came in the heels of the school lockdowns and masking requirements, and was hastened to increase parental dissatisfaction with K through 12 education. Enrollment in U.S. public schools declined by 1.4 million students between fall of 2019 and fall of 2020. Dipping to 49.4 million, a loss of nearly 3%, according to the data of the National Center of Education Statistics. The decline may be closer to 2 million, according to a report by Education Next showing that traditional public school enrollment as a percentage of all school enrollment declined sharply between 2020 and 2022. Enrollment in traditional public schools fell from 81 to 76.5%. A total enrollment during that period, while enrollment in public charter schools, private schools, and homeschooling grew by a combined of 4.5%.
Yay.
Exactly. Yay. Parents are waking up and actually paying attention to what's going on. These numbers indicate that nearly 2 million students left traditional public schools for other educational options over the previous 3 years. In many cases, the disruption in learning due to particular policies was a catalyst many parents needed to make the jump away from public schools and charter schools, private schools, and homeschooling.
By the way, I'd like to make the argument, how exactly is public school nowadays at all traditional school? Like there is nothing traditional about this educational system in public school anymore. Okay, a more decent private school or Christian school or you homeschool, that's a more traditional educational.
Especially when you start looking at the state and what they're actually pushing.
Yeah, Little House on the
Right.
Prairie, man.
What's that?
The Little House on the Prairie. That's traditional American.
Right.
Hey,
that's
let's go for it. What do you
traditional.
know?
Yeah, right.
No, seriously. It is.
Speaking of Minnesota, and you
Yeah, the
actually look at what Walt.
Is that where they're from?
Yeah, that's based out of Minnesota.
Little House on the Prairie?
Yes.
You guys have prairies? It's all prairie. It's all prairie. Okay. Learn something new every day.
Yeah, that's based out of Minnesota. I've
Okay.
actually visited a couple different places that are actually associated with.
Did you go to the place where she pushed the girl down the hill in the wheelchair? That's where I would go.
No.
That was so.
I didn't say that.
Do you remember that time I was trying to make the reface video of that? Do you remember that? I wish it had worked better. It was so good.
I love how that's the only thing that people remember from that series. It's so fantastic.
Well,
It's the most
basically what I was
memorable
getting at
thing.
though is Waltz.
Anyway.
Waltz and what he actually just pushed recently. What he's actually put, he actually removed history class and replaced it with the CRT classes.
Oh, good. That's what we need.
Yep, exactly. Yep. More
Solution in place. Everybody go home. We're all good here.
And then
Yes.
Transgenderism. Let's teach that. Let's teach that.
Well, let's just all do it. Let's all just become it at the same time.
Every
And then
single-
it'll be so
I covered
uncool.
it. I know that the next day I was watching Nick Ricada and he covered it. When it comes down to it and what they were actually requesting or requiring, it wasn't a request, it was a requirement. Every single teacher must sign saying that they're okay with teaching such a thing. That the transgenderism, straight out, like every single teacher must actually do it. You're not going to get hired if you have any other thoughts or values of any sort. Not going to happen. I could probably find the article again if I needed to. So I mean, point taken. I mean, you can see this is a fairly long article, and where they actually push the most of their thoughts when it comes to why students in mass are actually leaving traditional public schools to actually go to homeschooling, as well as many other forms of enrollment to schools in all. You can say what you want, me and you, but we've had these conversations before. Laws don't matter. Laws are just suggestions. Is bullshit. Because when they go to implement them and they actually tell you that this is why you're hired or you're not hired, that's exactly what the law actually does. It does get enforced, and it's going to be something that they're going to have to actually go with. So, I mean, if you haven't heard the article, haven't paid attention to the article, go back about a week. Just saying. So, the rest of that's on you guys. I don't know where you guys want to do that, how you want to do it. It's up to you.
Oh,
they're like, what?
Well, Shirts, you're up. Shirts, you take the next one.
He's like, I'm still eating.
Eating what?
Dinner.
What's for dinner? Shirts don't eat. Well, if
he's like, I'm not here. If I'm silent,
his mouth is full, I guess.
They'll skip over me.
I don't want him to choke.
I mean, you don't have to
take your
do
time.
those articles in any particular order. Just grab one and whatever into it.
Okay. Okay. I got a good one. Hold on. Let me just get my desktop here straight. Okay. This one's going to be pretty good, actually. This one will be fun, I think. Because after all, there's one thing that's true. And that is that everyone loves boobs. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. Boobs. All right. Even even when it's in a weirdly weird photo. Even when it's this weird.
Very strange photo that they covered up.
Even when it's this weird. It's still people still
covered it up.
All right.
Covered it up so we could actually read the article, which is fun. It's great.
This reminds me that real girl here reminds me of this girl I used to date. All right. I wonder why. The Facebook and its subsidiary Instagram are modifying their regulations to allow transgender and non-binary users to post photos and videos featuring their chest. And according to an update published on Meta's advisory board, the same rule will not apply to real females. The tech oligarchs will not permit women who identify as female to flash their. This is sexist and discrimination. I mean, I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of this.
You don't have to complete the article. You really don't.
No. It's good. We're good. There's plenty. I read it beforehand. So am I doing a bad job?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. If I'm doing a bad job, let me know.
No, you're doing good.
I can like stutter more or like mispronounce words more often.
In chat, just all of a sudden they lighten up and they're like, "Oh, what the hell is this?"
Yeah, hello. Yeah, boobs on the screen. Look, there we go. Woo! That's all you're gonna get from now on. Well, actually, you're gonna get a lot more of this. And just So here's what we got to do. We'll talk about that at the end. All right. So Meta's oversight board ordered Facebook and Instagram to rescind a ban on images of men with breasts who identify as transgender. That's all it takes. And anyone who identifies as non-binary. I guess they're against computers.
Request granted.
Those who view themselves as neither male nor female. Okay, yeah, so good. Those are the boobs we want to see. Okay, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg instituted the Meta Oversight Board in 2018 to act as the company's Supreme Court, providing the platform's governing body the authority to make precedent-setting content moderation decisions and censorship regulations. Oh, Jesus.
I'm fucking with Chad.
Real women, real straight women, normal women, a person who identifies as their biological sex and gender will not be allowed to post images of their God-given natural beautiful breasts. The board underscored their decision in this decision. Yeah, no. We will not see things that are looking good. We will be looking at the malformed manufactured versions, please. All right. The same image of female presenting nipples would be prohibited if posted by a regular normal woman, but permitted if posted by an self-identified abnormal person. Meta Oversight Board states in the policy, which was published on the website in January 17th. There will also be additional nipple-related exceptions. This is a nipple-related exception based on context of protest, birth giving, after birth, and breastfeeding, which it did not examine here. Yeah, those are too complicated. We'll just have to meet later about that. But also must be assessed. The board noted. The updated policy was prompted by complaints claiming the ban of images featuring bare breasts on the platform is discrimination against gender fluid. Yeah. So, users of gender fluid. Okay. Meta's oversight board notes in its decision that it overturned a ban on a couple that describes themselves as transgender and non-binary. Whoa, that must be fun at a party. Is it a transgender couple or a non-binary couple? I don't want to misgender their coupleism. Is flagged by users for posting images of themselves topless with their nipples covered. Meta initially banned the image, but the couple appealed the decision and Meta agreed to restore the photos online. Our bad. We welcome the board's decision in this case, a Meta spokeswoman told the New York Post. We had reinstated this content prior to the decision, recognizing that it should not have been taken down. We are constantly evaluating our policy to help make our platform safer for everybody, because nothing screams safety like transgender nipples. The representative continued. We know more can be done to support the LGBTQ. They should just let them have sex live on their platform. That's the only way they can stay safe. I mean, what the fuck is common sense, right? That equals safety, right? As long as you got a couple straight white people chained up in the corner watching, it's all good. So we know more can be done to support the LGBTQ plus P community, and that means working with experts and advocacy group organizations paid off by George Soros. I mean, a range of issues and product improvements. What the? This joystick is not gay enough for me.
Anytime that they say that there's we have to support, or we have to, or help to protect or keep safe or whatever of LGBTQ or the trannies or all the rest of it, or the trainee, as we'll call it on YouTube, I guess. That's ID Crisis' idea there, that make it French.
You really think this is culture? Seriously?
What? Who?
But anytime they use any of that stuff, just throw in it's all code word for promote degeneracy. That's it.
Nipples forever, yeah. Hey, look.
That was just you monkeys can't find culture. I'm not going to finish the sentence because that's why it got heated by the YouTube gods.
Oh,
you
I don't even see it.
Find culture. You think this is culture? Seriously?
This is trying to ingrain degeneracy. And
I'm trying to figure out who we're talking about here. I'm trying to figure out who we're talking about here.
Me and you, the person.
You and me, you and I.
No.
What? We're not saying.
That's the name of the person.
Me and yo. I think that person's Irish. They said they're from Ireland, didn't they? Or right? Or Scotland. See from the script, dude. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Stick to it. Sure will. Sure will. All right. Well, I will lay down the nipple stuff. It's coming back.
I'm from New England, USA.
New England. Okay, Delaware, right?
Joe Biden's backyard.
I don't think that's exactly New England, but we'll go with it.
Did I nail it? That's all you get? No, I nailed it. It's Delaware. All right.
I mean, Massachusetts.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. This is the important part, and this is a job opportunity for some people. It's job opportunity. Meta's human reviewers now are tasked with quickly assessing both a user's sex, as this policy applies to female nipples, and their gender identity. The board states an updated policy. Yeah, so they're looking for really, really sharp people with a good eye who have a love for nipple and or hate, actually. That just depends on which one you like.
Or lack thereof of nipple, I'm just saying. Because, trainees don't have kind of anything there anywhere. Anyway. That is the ones that, go under the knife. Anyway.
Yep. I love nipples too, but you know what the thing is? Only real female ones.
Yeah.
How dare you love biology and normal natural human
weird,
functions?
Strange,
what is wrong with you?
That this world seems to be wanting to push on us and making us want to actually have to believe that actually
you should want to have relations with 18 different trainees or other weirdo wackadoodles with shaved heads and all kinds of other weird stuff, and mutilated all over the place. You should want to have all kinds of relations with that, and then you should want to incubate a child in an artificial womb bubble. Why don't you want to do that, Koolfrogg? What is wrong with you?
Search likes the rough stuff, man. Search likes the rough stuff.
I'm just trying to keep up with the culture,
Yeah.
Dude, I know. Killing it.
Don't say that too many times.
Anyway. You go. You go, man. You do it. Hey, look, man. I tell you what. Let me tell you a quick story. When I was 20, I went to Europe over the summer. I went to Europe, and I went to Egypt. I went to Greece and Egypt. That's right. Sure did. And I noticed something when I was over there. There were like topless beaches in Greece and so on. And being a college kid, I thought it'd be great. And when I got there, it just seemed like really just like no big deal. I'm like, why the hell don't they do this in America, right? I felt like American women were very oppressed when I came back from Europe just after that little cultural experience, right? And I thought, well, hey, in time things will lighten up and we'll be, women become more relaxed. The culture will become more relaxed, and this won't be a big deal in America. Little did I know. But it's like thinking back to that, and I was like, damn. I thought women were on the way to being more empowered and things becoming more natural and more kind of like organic. And now we're talking about banning real nipples, the good ones that work, and in favor of some art project. So it is what it is. But it's like it's just we got this is where we got to take it back here. We can't let it keep going this direction. It was going in a good direction at one point, so we can get it back. It's got to steer it back the right way. And it starts with like freeing the nipples. So hey, look, I'm behind. I'm in support of this. I think we should really start a big movement about it, just to make sure that women are treated fairly. And hey, if you're going to put transgender nipples everywhere, you got to put real ones next to it too, right? So that wouldn't be fair,
or lack thereof.
Yeah, or none at all.
Thank you, Ash. Keep up on top of that.
Nipples for all or nipples for none.
I mean, we have to be inclusive here. I mean,
Yep. So hey, I want everybody.
I'm just trying to keep Koolfrogg monetized. That's all. I'm just kind of promoting all the. Slava Ukraini, Slava Ukraini, Slava Ukraini. Okay, I think we're good.
What? You can talk about nipples all you want, man. It's not a bad word. But if they're trans nipples, then they're perfectly okay.
We can talk about nipples all we want.
We get him a cold star.
Shirts, it's too much for him. He can't do it.
I feel like he's blushing. I can feel him blushing through the avatar. It's like the avatar turns red. Like,
it's just too much for him. He can't do it.
This is much love coming at you, buddy. Don't worry.
I mean, I'm a shirt. Like
I already ran off.
He's like, I'm a shirt. I
all the
cover,
time.
I
I'm
cover
well
nipples
acquainted.
all day long.
Anyway.
Somebody was on here earlier, I forget, and they were saying that they saw you in pants hanging out this weekend, and that they thought perhaps that you were a little tucked in. Is that true? Was it like a French tuck or a front tuck or side tuck?
Yes, it was a French tuck. Okay,
the French tuck. That's the real popular one. Yeah. Well, I can't. I'm happy. I don't care what everyone else thinks. All right.
Oh dear Lord.
He's like, this is just too much.
It's funny.
Well, I can understand your position on the nipples though, because shirts do naturally cover nipples.
Oh, okay.
Indeed, they do.
Yeah, they keep them nice and safe. Privacy.
Almost as safe as Facebook, but
not quite. Yeah.
Exactly, not quite.
Yeah, they can't even poke through the front of Facebook. It's like,
So, Daisy Girl had brought this to our attention. I now that she said it, I now remember. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. There was something that was really weird, strange. El Salvador, Miss Universe. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here.
What kind of crazy occult crap is that?
What the hell? Why did it jump? Oh, there it is. I mean, it obviously.
Oh, is that Bitcoin?
Yeah, it's a Bitcoin thing. But this is El Salvador Miss Universe 2023. Miss Universe. You don't see anything a little weird there?
Besides the penis?
Yeah, beside that.
No.
It.
That's it. That's the only thing.
Yeah, beside that. You see anything else that's a little weird? Miss Universe. Mm-hmm. Oh, we all noticed the Bitcoin. It was the other thing. It was the other thing that we all also noticed. This is Crystal, isn't it a dude? Just like Brittany Griner. What are you doing?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I was trying to close. Are we done here?
Oh, did you finish that article?
I mean, do we got the point, right? I mean, I got so bored I pulled my other screen over. Let's see.
He's like
additional nipple-related exceptions. Basically, yeah, we know about the nipple-related exceptions.
No,
yeah, we've read this whole thing.
Okay. Well, it's still there. Remove yourself.
All right, I'm gonna stop presenting now. There we go.
Yeah. Stop
Shirts.
the present.
Get in there.
Pick an article, shirt. Let's go. He mutes himself. He's like, I don't want to do it.
Come on, dude. It'll be all right.
He's like, no.
We'll do every other word. Like you say a word, I say a word.
Ooh.
We'll sound like some kind of like weird computer.
That could be fun.
You know what I'm saying? Where's your will to be weird, man?
Thank you, Ash.
They had to pray before we get started here. Come on, man. We can't wait all night.
Well, really?
Shirts! Shirts!
I don't like these
Come
articles. I don't like anything to do with any of this.
Can we find an Alex Jones article from to read? Just do something.
Find an Alex Jones article to read.
Look, it's Alex. He's like, look at this picture. Actually, you know what? I do have actually Alex Jones. I got another article up. We'll just do this one. This is the one. I thought you wanted to do this one though, so I put it aside. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about a very special person next. Shirts, last chance.
What the hell?
Try to fix my. Here we go. All right. Whoopi Goldberg.
Thanks for helping out, shirt.
It's all right. He's trying to, adding a little extra starch or something.
I would have read them all myself if I wasn't,
No worries, man. I don't mind. This is fun. I need to practice my reading anyways because evidently I'm getting rusty. Rusty.
Ooh. That scared me. What the? Throwing screens around.
All right.
No, you're okay.
All right. Away we go. All right. I didn't catch the name of this. What's the? Oh, Slay. Slay magazine. Slay magazine. Slay online magazine. What's Slay about? I've never really picked it up. Economy, politics, news. Must be good. All right. Whoopi Goldberg heckled on live TV. Gets called old broad by audience member on the View. Oh man. Was Joe Neerman there? Whoopi Goldberg got heckled by an audience member during a live broadcast of The View today. The co-hosts were taking their seats to the cheers of the audience from the flashing sign when one woman decided to switch it up and start heckling Goldberg. Let's switch it up. Yeah, okay, we're glad to see y'all. We're glad to see y'all. All right, cool. Well, go on and have a seat. Is this Goldberg? Okay. All right. Goldberg said, before turning to the heckler who called her an old broad. Whoopi said, did you just call me an old broad? Yeah. She said, you old broad. And I was like, hey, it's Wednesday, and I'm an old broad, and I'm happy about it. All right, so that's not my best Whoopi. I haven't like listened to her in a long time. Okay, co-host Sonny Holston, who defended Whoopi, saying it's better to be an old broad than the alternative, a new one. Burn. Like what's the alternative to being an old broad? A young broad? All right, let's set a poll. All right, let's go. We all want to be old broads and old dudes, you know. But hold on, what are they doing crossing up dudes and broads? That's not the same terminology.
Wait.
At all.
I had to skip down. I had to skip down for a second.
Right.
Did we find out that like Whoopee Cushion is a dude? Is that what's happening here? Is that what?
Yeah. You were in the audience at The View anytime recently, were you?
No, actually.
You said you would not go back. I mean, I didn't think so. All right. All right, here we go. So this will catch you up. Somebody called Whoopi an old broad. Can you believe that? Freaking white supremacists running wild.
My God.
You know that the white supremacists are definitely behind this.
Goal of some people.
An old broad. That's like the new N-word, really.
I mean, really. I mean, it's
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh, geez.
That's the new N-word. It is old broad. I shouldn't even be saying it. OB. We'll say OB from now on. Okay, the alternative is not attractive to any of us. Goldberg said.
Isn't that like the opposite of BO anyway?
Yeah. Old broad. The alternative is what? A new broad, right? So
Whoopee Cushion, BO.
We don't like pretty. We don't like pretty. No. No. We all want to be old broads and old dudes. No, that's bullshit too.
You know,
nobody wants to be old.
Real quick, Crystal. You know, she's. I was waiting for that. It's not the first time. I'd done this before, and I had actually said, "Oh, okay, you know, whatever. Maybe you know." And I let them back in. I let them back in just because I didn't care. I'm like, it's fine, whatever. But you know, when they refuse, and you get about 80% of the chats that are coming through being blocked by YouTube alone, you kind of have the tendency just to be like, bye, and you know, remove them from being allowed to do anything whatsoever.
Koolfrogg's just paid off by the Jewish media. What? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not Nick Fuentes.
Meow.
I did not pass go with some drugs, and I did not collect $200,000 from the FBI to go off and go crazy.
Removed.
Anyway.
Dude. Yeah.
Me and you has been removed.
Oh yeah, well that was Monograph. You guys didn't know that?
Huh?
I was back to yeah.
I don't care. They've been removed.
You know this the whole time?
Yep. You can tell. I've been doing the history on this dude for 2 months. I've been drilling through all this stuff. I know all the tricks they do.
So this
no. This is like I'm gonna pitch my upcoming show with this dude. But yeah, it's funny that there's always little hints that are dropped. But you know, you can always just look up the IP address. Okay. So anyways, where are we at? Whoopi continued. No, see, that's the problem. Dudes and broads don't go together, right? It's dudes and betties. Right?
Is this Whoopee Cushion full of? I mean, like, I can't even anyway. It just keeps coming out like every day. It's just, it just doesn't stop.
Daisy, I'm not all over the place, man. It's just one article. I won't scroll so much, right? Okay. You know, you have to get through the article, but there's other things that go on. We are an entertainment show here. All right. Let's see. Whoopi continued.
Unlike The View.
Excuse me. Exactly. Unlike The View. That's a very serious show. And you should believe everything those women say, their experience, they know everything.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Especially Joy Behar.
Yep. She's like, it's like God joy, right?
Exactly.
Excuse me, ladies. Excuse me. Let us do our job. We hear what you have to say, but you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta let us do our job. You gotta let us do our job. Whoopi wrote a book recently called "Please Let Me Do My Job," an old broad's point of view.
Thanks for the assistance tonight.
Yeah. See,
Bye, Okay, so yeah, where were we? Oh yeah, Whoopi's book, "One Old Broad's Opinion," written by renowned surgeon and expert on the art of aging. The art of aging. Jesus Christ, people will buy anything. Dr. Me
I
Hetch,
just want to see some actual titties.
with her friend Whoopi Goldberg, lending her unique point of view. The two old broads is laugh out loud funny and tells it like it is. For all of us who left middle age in the dust and want to be present positive, as extraordinary as ever in our golden years. Yeah. Whoopi joined Dr. Heck. Is that right? Heck? Heck.
I mean,
in
I don't
a
know
lively
what you would
conversation
call
about growing
the
older.
years that Whoopi is in. I think it's the years of extreme extreme mass gain, gaining of mass around her equator. I don't know what exactly period in time that is. Like, I mean, we have to start thinking of like astronomy terms, like, you know.
I was just trying to block out the sun for climate change. A little bit more shade helps everybody.
Hey, that would explain it.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. And that's
She's
actually you're
trying
going to hear a lot about that
compete
this
with Bill
year.
Gates. That's spraying to block out the sun, or
It's not. It's no longer fat shaming. It's like now you're attacking the
she's saving
environment.
the planet, because then she'll get so fat she'll collapse in on herself and die, and then that'll be one less person, so depopulation. I mean, you know.
Well, there's a theory that if she ever runs into Stacey Abrams, they may merge into like a super moon or some kind. You know,
God,
super.
I never thought
super.
of that.
We're both running. All right.
Jeez. Like
I'll
one
run
head
too.
like one head would go to the North Pole, one head would like just go to the South Pole, and they just like start spinning. Anyway.
Well, the first thing that would happen is the poles would shift at that point, okay? And that would cause Planet X to come soaring by with the Palladians ready to help us evolve to the fifth dimension. All right, but you know, I digress. Stay active physically and mentally. Mm-hmm. Sure will.
Oh, jeez.
Make finalizing your will more rewarding than it sounds. Isn't that neat? Navigate tricky subjects such as whether you need a homemade. Hey, that's tricky. Win friends and influence people, or take a nap, depending on the day. This is like your life. This is your motto right here in the church. So like, this is your new shirt right here.
Good night,
right here.
If you're
Yep.
still with us.
That's the next America shirt right there. Win friends and influence people, or take a nap. Okay. Discover joy in relationships, even when your excretions outweigh your secretions. What? Oh, that's right. Sometimes it happens. You ever been in one of those heavy secretion relationships?
I mean, I would imagine that like
you're like, man, I got so much secretion over here. Just not enough excretion. You know, my excretions are low.
I mean, the giant biological mass of Whoopi Goldberg. I would imagine that there are quite a few pores that do excrete something. At this point, I'm not exactly sure what it is. If it's bacon grease, if it's I don't know whatever like weird like gelatiny stuff that like oozes out of her pores. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I can imagine it's probably quite a bit that they have to go.
So I think I think it's like jam or like pancake syrup.
Active,
it's probably
physically
it's pancake syrup.
not possible.
It's just pure unadulterated corn syrup. It's just like oozing out of her pores.
Yep. I'm just a little stinky today. It's like, Oh my god. Oh man. It's totally fried my brain.
It's all good. Even if it wasn't entertaining, I would have done fallen asleep by now.
I either killed him or I gave him the giggles. I don't know.
I killed myself. Sorry, I no, I don't mean that. I would never do that.
Don't do
that.
that.
Slava Ukraini. Just
I was imagine her like patting herself down the pancake.
Only in Minecraft.
I had to make a whole griddle full of flapjacks this morning. Boy, it's hot. All right, here we go. It's hot, sticky, and sweet. Oh, I gotta stop. Okay.
I mean, hey,
get up.
Maybe that's how she saves money. You know.
Probably. I'm a beekeeper too. I got honey dripping off me. Okay. Get up financially, physically, and emotionally after a fall.
Probably has a hornet's nest underneath of a flap of fat that she has on. Anyway.
Take stupid, corny sayings as gospel. Okay. Now, keep a sense of humor about getting older, of course. Yeah, it's real funny. Intimately, okay.
I mean, with her, it's hysterical. But anyway.
Is that immensely? Mentally? What the fuck? Is it somebody help me with that. It's probably like, what is that? Canadian? Like what?
Eminently.
No, eminently? Really? That's eminent. Yeah, I guess so. It's like a lot of letters. Yeah. I don't say that word a lot. I don't read it a lot either. Okay, so here we go. Intimately, practical, and rooted firmly in the. I think they're just using these stupid words. They sound smart.
It's just like saying specific is Pacific. It's like no, it's imminently.
Yeah. Eminently practical and rooted firmly in the adage that getting older is not for sissies. Two Old Broads is the aging book for the ages. Somebody didn't read this whole article. You've survived the past. Why not embrace the present and prepare for the future so you thrive and find more time to laugh along the way? Buy my book. Buy my book. I just read an ad for Whoopi's book, man. The frick? This is a marketing article. This is all marketing. That's all it is. This is not a real article, folks. This is a test. We put this out here because we wanted to show you guys how easy it was to read complete bullshit. Yeah,
usually put the comedy at the very end. Can give you something to laugh about, something that actually lighten you up a little bit, so you're not going to bed all hungry.
I'm a book. I'm a book. I didn't even write it. All right. Good thing I saw Crowder do that at her recently. Like I'm stealing Crowder's like. Yeah, imminently. It's a constitution. It's constitutional, Yana. Like, massive apostrophe. Macedonomy. Yes. Oh my god. I gotta watch this old Eddie Murphy one so I can get that down. I forgot that bit too. Impostification, Yana. Impostification.
Now, if you just start talking about the Jews, then you'd be really fluent in whoopee cushion language. Anyway. Who? I don't know. Slava Ukraini. There you go.
Stop sharing. No, that's me. I'll talk to myself.
Tap for 10K? Nope. Wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't touch it with yours.
Come on, just a little bit.
No.
Just the tip.
No.
How about it with the Baldo? Would you do it with the Baldo?
Not even just a roll.
Can I just say?
How about for a clock bar? Would I give you? How about for a clock bar? Would I give you a clock bar?
No.
Can I just say to this individual in the chat, you don't want to be close to Whoopi Goldberg for $10,000. You don't want to be 10,000 feet close to her. You will get sucked in to her gravitational pull, and you will never leave. And you will constantly be smelling rotting corn syrup and pancake syrup the entire time.
What do you think?
Like, it's terrible.
What do you think? How the Ted Danson? Where do you think Ted Danson went? He's right around there. He's on a 24-year Orbit.
I mean, why do you think The View still has an like a live audience? It's because they can't leave. Like they're there. Like everyone's just there. Like it's such a terrible show, but no one can leave because she's just holding everyone in place. It's just this gravitational force.
orbit or something. Or?
Told you not to put her chair next to the door. It's a problem. Another autograph?
It's like,
well,
super strong gravity that comes off of her.
What's just imagine a day and time when people like Whoopi Goldberg are not on TV anymore and shows like The View don't exist.
Whoopi is so big she creates her own day and time on the surface of her of the sphere of her body at this point.
I got a day and a night.
I mean, literally.
I got a winter and a summer. dude, the
it's like
pictures
her
they took
leg,
of her
it's like,
last,
oh, it's cold down there.
right? The pictures that they took of her last summer are still printing out. Dude, they took this one picture of her. It was so heavy it fell off the wall.
Bastard! He came over to the YouTube side.
Oh yeah. This is Pastor's song here. It's like
that this rock thing was true. Soon I discovered that this rock thing was true. Jesus was the devil. All of a sudden,
Automatic. I think that the YouTube gods just don't like.
So there was only one thing that I could do was ding a ding dang my dang along ling long.
What the hell?
You never listened to that band? Ministry?
No.
You never listened to Ministry? Fucking Ministry's awesome, dude. That's the song, the band that's New World Order. New World Order. Dude.
We're at the 3-hour mark and he's like, let me drop one of these F-bombs.
Who?
You.
Oh, did I say that? Sorry.
Yeah, right.
I meant funky. They're a funky band. I'm a funky.
And you're out. No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus. Hey, no way, man. You were here earlier for the good times.
Oh my lord!
You missed a good time of day, Sturts.
You missed a day stream. Oh my lord, dude.
Yeah, Auto Mac knew what it was. Jesus built my hot rod, man. Ministry. He knows. He's cool.
I mean, the way you all talked about it.
But again, Automatic is seriously like batting like really low odds on if something's going to actually be brought through in chat. There's several comments that have been removed.
I don't see these things. I see.
Go say something in chat.
What do I say?
Just say hi.
Jesus built my hot rod. It's a love affair.
Say Jesus built my hot rod if you really feel the need.
Aye.
Well, see, you have a wrench. What the hell?
Yeah. What do you need me to throw somebody out?
You don't see all these deleted whatever messages?
Yeah, he just.
Those are not just from us. Those are actually YouTube does not like those comments. YouTube goes and flags them. Requires us to actually say something.
What do you mean?
They've all been flagged.
That's stupid. These are bad.
Well,
I mean, the two I saw at the bottom aren't bad. Let me see what this one says. And Max Mira and a deep dive. Oh yeah. I seen. Well, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I thought I unflagged it. Sorry, I didn't.
I'm just saying,
it's
YouTube
deleted.
really doesn't like Automac for whatever reason. So,
dude, that's BS.
It is.
The heck.
But just so they know, that's what's going on. YouTube anyway.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I don't think it's too bad, Auto, but I mean, some of these, they're just. It's like you know, it's like being at that person who's got issues house. You're when they're hanging around like, oh no, you gotta walk on eggshells around this one, right? So it's just that, like, it's like our weird friend is here, and we have to watch what we say, or like, you know, it's like crazy girlfriend or something. You gotta watch what you say when she tries to go off, man, and my life will be hell. Yeah, don't say that. So I think it means this. It'll be all over. Yeah. The day will come. The thing about the world is it's just constantly in flux and trying to balance itself out and to some kind of balance. And so whenever things are too bad, there's going to be a time when they probably get pretty good. And whenever things shift one way and trend one way, they'll probably trend the other way eventually. And that's that's hopeful, and it's also sad because and what is our goal here is that I think everybody's just working towards the point where we can totally stop the true nature of this world and how it works. We want to set the temperature to one thing. We want to have one way of doing things and one way of things developing, and that's the only way it can happen. It doesn't make any sense. We gotta learn how to flow together like water, however you want to say it. It's just that's the thing. That's the hard part, and it doesn't make any sense at all. If we had we're aware of some kind of objective of the human species, it would be easier to understand, I guess.
Like that comment that just put through. There's a couple choice words in there that YouTube just does not like. Yeah, it's wild here. A while ago, I know I am an a-hole. I called Daisy Girl a bad word last night when she was nice to me. I was drunk. No proof that she's not a bad word. I apologize. I mean, it happens. And yet, so many comments get heated by the YouTube gods because they just don't like it. Just saying. They don't like it. So, all that being said, America shirts.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Anything interesting that you found? Anything interesting that you heard today, found out today, that you'd like to actually share with us before we actually go?
Well, did we talk about WEF stuff?
No.
We didn't talk about WEF.
No.
Well,
because we're here on YouTube. So.
I
was kind of concerned at some of that. So I'm not opposed, but we didn't actually hit on it. So.
Well, I'm opposed.
If you can keep yourself, to a certain level on that, I'm not opposed.
Well, I did talk about
not that level.
Mansion was there. There was the other Rhino hack that was there. Mr. Al Gore, he's there. He's talking about we need climate change. We need to have all the vehicles. All of them be electric. Just freaking out in his weird voice like this, like the whole time while he's on stage. John Kerry said that all of the people that are there are akin to extraterrestrials aiding planet Earth. It's like, that's interesting.
I saw that. He said he was a hero. He's making something like they're the heroes. This group of special individuals that we're the ones saving humanity. And then they start talking about what's good for democracy. This is a fucking bunch of a bunch of silly people.
Slava Ukrainian. Anyway.
You've been doing so good all night with that word. Oh, I missed it. Hey, Thermal. See Thermal's over on the.
Speaking of Slava Ukrainian, there's a big old building there for Ukraine because all hail Ukraine and all the Yahtzees, and so there's a big old building there, and they were doing all kinds of well, Ukrainian things, I guess, because YouTube. So, but and Soros wasn't there at the meetings. Mr. Bill Gates wasn't there either. It was just kind of weird. Needless to say, it was very odd. Very odd. In fact, it's several normal attendees were not there this year at the summit, which is again quite peculiar and quite odd to see that kind of occurrence happen with these individuals, because again they are, we're talking Soros, we're talking Bill Gates. These are diehard attendees. Like, these are diehard people that are totally deep into all of this, and they didn't even show up. It's like, that's interesting. And again, there were several others as well that did not attend, that did not show up. But Joseph Stalin, I mean, Manchin was there, and the other rhino, Republican hack freakazoid woman that was there that, like I said earlier, was, oh my God, Russia, touch the border of Ukraine, quick. Let's nuke Russia off the face of the earth. Wait a minute. Don't you think that's a bit of a, kind of like a big deal there, like just like all out just nuclear war because, a soldier like went up and like touched their foot across the border and back. It's like, don't you think it's a little like a big deal? Like, don't you think like, oh, no, she didn't think it was a big deal. No. She went on Tucker Carlson's show, and then Tucker was like calling her out for it, and she's just like, I didn't say that at all. And that was back in
What's up, girl?
And she was talking in code about how, we need to give illegal aliens, we need to give them recognition in society. Maybe not citizenship, but we do need to close the border. But we also need to do all of these other things that encourage open borders and all the rest of this other stuff. And it's just this back and forth two-facedness. And it's like, well, we all know where you stand because you were not only invited, but you decided to attend the World Economic Forum. So she was like trying to play both sides of there in her speeches, but that was just like, I mean, once you're there talking, you're done. Like, your political career is over now. If you're a Republican, like, you're over. MAGA is taking over the party. You're done as a Republican representative. Anyway,
you're done.
But so get wrecked. And then of course there's Kirsten Sinema that was up there, and I didn't get to hear what she had to say yet. But yes, there were several things said about stuff, and everybody's kind of seemed a little, I don't know, shall we say, on edge, a little bit. There's like an extra like 5,000 troops they hired to go and guard the entire city beyond what was there previously from other previous years. I mean, there were military there before, but like now it's like, excess of like 5,000 more. It's like, oh, really? Huh. That's odd. That's interesting. What an anomaly that is. So, yeah, and the meetings continue. I believe, is it tomorrow or the next day is the last day or something like that? And so we shall see. We shall see what other lovely things are said that can be said on YouTube. But anyway, Slava Ukraini. Yeah.
We might have to do an exclusive WEF thing like we did last year or whatever, but we'll do an exclusive. The Rumble side. I know that we did one here on YouTube last year, but I think we can do an exclusive and actually cover some more of that stuff a little bit more in depth. Watch a couple videos maybe. I know that there's a couple people that were interested in us potentially doing so. Mike, for instance, actually showed interest.
Is this watching the Porky series?
Watching World Economic Forum stuff.
Kind of the same.
Yeah, kind
of. Wait. Is that a question to me?
No.
Yeah, yes.
What I was saying is that is Mike is interested in actually joining us and doing a World Economic Forum thing, and we might have to actually.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah, he is, and I said that we'd have to do an exclusive.
He's probably very giddy to talk about it.
We'll do a Rumble exclusive
Especially
on
this
that.
one.
Whatever. We just have to figure out a day that everybody's available, and set up that exclusive. So I mean, it's kind of. It might be a little time out before we actually find that time because I work weekends. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. it's really kind of difficult to say when Church is going to be around because we don't know sometimes. He's like, "Oh, go away, go hide."
Hey, who said I left?
Again, thank you, Super V. Thank you for the 10 spot. That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
He says that Susan sucks and she was unsubscribed. That's horrible.
Oh my god, that sucks.
I hate that shit. Very, very disturbing when that kind of stuff happens.
I think to make that stop, you have to like sacrifice like 18 laying hens to the devil in front of Susan Wojcicki. Is that what you have to do to make that stuff on it? Just claim they have bird flu.
That's an interesting thought right there. Should do Max Headroom watch party. Scary how close the series is what's actually going on now. Who runs
Max Headroom's back?
No, you'd have to watch the old one. It's kind of interesting how all these things that happened in the past, like movies and books and things or whatever, have kind of turned into what's actually happening currently. Kind of disturbing. Just saying.
Because what's the point of Max Headroom? Is like he's AI or something?
Never seen Max Headroom?
I mean, the Lawnmower Man is like what I think of when I think of like AI, but like Max Headroom was kind of a joke, right? It was like that one dude, and he was go he'd stutter a lot, and I mean, was there actually a plot to that? I thought it was just comedy.
There was an actual plot. There's just a lot more to Max Headroom than just some glitchy TV dude.
Oh no way.
Oh yeah. I just don't remember the whole thing completely, but yeah, there's a lot more to that. That's an awesome thought. We might actually have to just do that. I'm down, especially nowadays when we actually see the stuff that's actually happening. Oh, Daisy Girl, automatic, please get this. I hate it when people argue, get in fights with each other in chat, whatever, call each other names or something, and things just don't turn out well. It's horrible. It's horrible and sad.
Who's battling?
Oh, Daisy and Automatic seem to have something happened, and I just don't want it to actually be. I don't want either one of them to have to us and just be like, okay, I'm going to be gone and I'm not going to ever show up. So. Just saying.
They'll work it out.
Well, that's what I was saying. I hope you can work it out with each other and you can actually figure it out and get past it. Daisy says, you apologize, so I'm over it. Oh, there you go. Perfect. One apologized, the other one says, I'm good. Thanks for the apology. That's it. That's always the best. That being said, I think I need to actually lay down. My head's just throbbing right now. So, that being said, everybody say goodbye, I
think. Okay. Bye, everybody. Hey, please make sure you're subscribed. Ring that bell here and my channel, please. And I'm going to have like a really, really big video release and live stream soon. Like, I haven't been on lately because I've been working on it. It's big, it's massive, but it's like it's going to be pretty good. So, some people have seen some parts of it, and I've gotten some good reactions so far.
He says, "Get excited."
Yeah, definitely. I mean, dude, it's going to be really good. It's going to be very informative, and it's going to. I think it might, actually shed a light on a lot of things. I know it's going to shed light on a couple things right away. But anyways, that's what's up. It should hopefully be coming out soon. Maybe this weekend or soon after. Yeah, that's it. That's it for me. Thanks for being here.
Yee.
Shirts.
Who?
You.
You want
Me?
to say anything before we go?
Oh. Check out my website after it's back up, and check out my Rumble channel. Like shirts.
Before we go, I'm actually going to see if I. Oh, it looks like there you go. We'll go there. We'll revert everybody to. Revert everybody somewhere. See here. Looks like Clumsy's currently live. We'll go there. Everybody have a wonderful night. Thank you all so much.
142.
What? What'd you say to me?
I said 142.
What's that supposed to be?
Oh, it's just a little. Something.
Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Oh, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. All right. Thank you, everybody. Everybody have a wonderful night. Later.
Later, peeps.
Later.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.